seconds. I'm going to share this and I'm going to be right with y'all. Just give me a second, y'all. I'm just sharing this real quick. What's going on, y'all? Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. Be good right there. We'll get everybody in here slowly but surely. I'm going to start out this way. First of all, saying to everybody, happy Sunday. Let's start there, all right? We're going to get on some different vibes over here. So before I do that, I want to take y'all to out of the vibe real quick. Because in this way, I ain't got to talk about it later. I figured that maybe sometimes with you guys, you get misinterpreted by what I'm saying based on the fact that you really don't understand what I'm saying. So let me show you what I mean here. So last night, or rather this morning, which is very early this morning, there's this woman that keeps leaving comments. I haven't blocked her yet because of pure simple fact, I just want to see how far she's going to take it. But I'm going to go to her page real quick and show you who she is. So this is the woman right here. I want y'all to see her. You see this woman right here? Anybody know who she is? Now, this woman right here, this particular woman, has left me several comments. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean by she's left me several comments. You see right here? That's how I could tell how many comments she's left me and all the comments that she's left me. And every one you'll see is a key, a key. So what I notice is she only says something to me if I'm talking about two subjects. And those subjects happen to be Tisa Tells or Diddy. So I figured she wasn't talking about, because I got tons of videos about Puff. I said, well, she must be Tisa supporter. So what she wrote today was this right here. And she was regarding the video that I did last night. Now, mind you, she ain't comment about nothing else that I said in the video, except for this point right here. You're laughing as you're reading about a woman dangled over a balcony, and you have no clue as why no one will ever cash app you. Now, that's funny. I'm going to read to you again. She said, you're laughing as you're reading about a woman being dangled over a balcony, and you have no clue as to why no one will ever cash app you. Now, that's funny. Key emoji. So allow me to explain. Last night, as I read and I was talking to everybody on here, there was a part where I was explaining about the chick who obviously lied. I mean, everybody, I don't think there's too much argument in that she was dangled 17 floors off a hotel building. And I explained, I've been in many of these upscale buildings in Miami. I've been in many of these upscale buildings all across the country because why? I worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 17 years. We went everywhere they went to. So I know the type of structures they stay in. I know it's a particular style, not even particular star, particular location. It's a lot of particulars in the hotels that people pick. So of that ilk and that caliber. So when I was laughing about Shorty, I was laughing at based on somebody that knows the makeup of places like this, and many places like the W and many of the other ones. You will find very quickly it is not very easy to dangle somebody 17 floors up. If you were Gene Dill size, if you were, let me see, who else could I say, 50 Cent size, they're all going to find it very hard to dangle a woman at least over 130 pounds, I would say, quite efficiently without scaring them. Now, more importantly enough, you ain't going to hold somebody by their feet 17 floors up, because the modus operandi, no matter how drunk you are, how high you are, whatever, which was Puff sometimes, we all can admit that, was there's this bigger problem. What if that person slips and falls? So painstakingly enough, you would usually want two motherfuckers to hold the motherfucker up if you choose to hold them by their head, meaning one person got one leg, the other person got another leg. You understand what I'm saying? Since y'all really want to know how I go, they'll holster them with your elbow, your shoulder, and you clamp it up under here. That way, that foot is now balanced on your shoulder, or it's balanced on your forearm if you got big forearms, right? And then the other one, on the left-hand side, he does his doppelganger same, okay? I'm putting it into perspective here. Now, this is even harder to do 17 floors up. Now, 6 floors up, you're pressing it at 7, maybe even 5 feet up. If you dangling a motherfucker like this, which is not a good idea, because if you dangle them by the neck and they that high up, first thing they do when they fall, they go snap their neck. They're going to snap their neck. The point of impact, you cannot imagine. But I'll say this, go do a belly flop in a pool this afternoon, if you're somewhere sunny in America, and you'll understand quite quickly the impact level, all right? So if you dangling a person, same way, upside down, one leg over here, whatever, there's still the probability that they can fall. That never exacerbates the area. You understand? Now, if you're holding somebody over a balcony, and let's say you're holding them the same way, but you're holding them feet first. Well, one, this ain't a good idea 17 floors up, because of pure simple fact, there's a lot of gust and wind. You don't understand the gust and wind that goes along once you get probably 10 feet up. Slight burst, slight what's the name, but you got to understand that as you climb, you enter in, it's like almost like natural order of the world. You're in a stratosphere territory where the wind gets stronger, things get stronger. So if you're holding somebody 17 floors up in these upscale hotels, probability is, good morning, Nika, probability is you don't want to do that because you might drop somebody. That's just what I'm saying here. So when I heard the story, and Shorty said, first time she said, well, I got held 17 floors up, and then he jerked me back over and threw me on the couch. I said, either this nigga Puff on some strong-ass cocaine. What's going on, Patricia? Either he on some strong-ass cocaine, like that shit just turn you into the Hulk. This is very hard to do. So when you tangle a motherfucker off, I'm just saying theoretically. Theoretically, that's all. Scott's honor. You dangling a motherfucker off of a balcony. You definitely don't want to do it. Okay, I'm just saying, you definitely don't want to do it upside down from 17 floors up. That's why I was laughing. Because I said, yo, that don't even sound right. Because listen, your balance is already off when you holding them. The laws of gravity, when you already holding something. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. Go outside today if you got a balcony and you're high up, especially if you live in Miami or California. Go on your balcony, take a hat just like mine, hold it out, and see how much gust you get from down that hat. You will understand very quickly it's not easy to do, because you're working against gravity, you're working against the whole wind, you work live from New York. What's going on? You're working from a lot of things. You understand what I'm saying? So it's in the best interest. If you want to see a future career, if you want to go back to making more records, to have this type of risk. Now, was Puff doing some risk? Yeah, but you got to understand, even if he didn't, I'm just saying theoretically, if he did or didn't have something to do with the car getting burnt up, right? Do you notice the variables in it? Nobody was at home. Nobody was in the car. He didn't start the car and then it blew up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying here. He didn't start the car, then it blew up. You know what I mean? So it's like, did you really want Kid Cudi dead, or was you sending a message, whoever it was, or was somebody setting him up, whatever the case may be? My point is that you're always mindful of who you are. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen tons of rappers get into stuff. I worked in the music industry for 17 years. I've seen niggas punch niggas. I've seen get back, all that from different cliques, not just our clique, different cliques. So y'all often say a lot of times I look like DMX. You heard some of the shit DMX used to get into. That boy was wild. I was like, yo, exactly. Business is business, bullshit is bullshit. There you go. So that's why I was laughing. I was laughing because I said the probability in this is small. And this chick right here, no matter what I say, if it has something to do with the women there for some reason or another, it's wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Now, ladies, let me tell y'all something, right? If y'all write on some shit, and I'm not going to say this no more. After this, you just a dummy. I'm going to say this one more time, all right? And this is for all the slow girls in the back, all those that can't open up their mind, limited intelligence, whatever. This is for y'all, all right? Y'all ready? I'm going to say one more time. If Puff is guilty of something in the extreme, you'll find that I will sway to the left. You understand what I'm saying? At that point, I don't give a fuck. We just got to start over. You understand what I'm saying? New reputation, new whatever, new affiliation, whatever. I can't stand behind that. Puff getting the tits and tats with his broad, DMX was nuts. He didn't care about nothing. I don't think I go as far as say he didn't care about nothing. He cared about a lot of things. He just stood on something. Y'all gotta let lady Patricia and a lot of y'all, I want y'all to understand something. You can't just think a man ain't on nothing because he ain't on the shit that you on. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, some people might pull out a pistol when they get mad at you. Some people might pull out a taser. Some people might try to talk it down. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be predictive and think that everybody's gonna run in the same social order or react to things the same way that you do. This is a problem I have. I'm not bombing on Patricia. I'm just bringing up a point. So don't think that I'm doing that because I think you're a nice lady. But the point is, a lot of times, no, I mean, okay, all right, yeah, that's what I mean. But sometimes, Patricia, you'd be surprised. Some women will confuse that. Like I get that confused with me a lot of times. I grew up around a whole bunch of like military men, stand-up men that took care of their families. I got aunts and uncles who've been married for 30, multiple ones that have been married for 30, 35, and one of them 40 years, damn, 38 years, damn near 40. They celebrated a wedding anniversary. So I come from guys. You understand what I'm saying? Men, guys. So I don't know how to talk like, and and I'm sorry, and get on here and talk over and pontificate and oh my God, and about a whole bunch of nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Do y'all not realize by now that most of these podcasters, with the exception of many, are doing a great job? You know what I'm saying? And some of them are doing a great job, and they don't fall on either side of it, anti-Diddy or pro-Diddy. You know what I mean? They're just doing a good job. Um, a lot of these women want you to pick a side. And they want you to pick a side off of who's the less masculine, who's the less, this is how it seems like to me, who's the less masculine, who's the most soft voiced, who's the most appliant when it comes to going with my narrative, who's the most efficient in getting anti-Diddy messaging out. Does that sound about right? And so that's where you see the popularity of some of these YouTubers because it's their proficiency to deliver, and this is why they have to go by a certain blend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just throwing my teeth at tails. Fuck that bitch. It's Sunday. I'm talking about any of these women that are involved in this. This is a unilateral thing that I see. And what they'll try to do first is they're trying to deduce your education. They'll try to say, oh, you're dumb. You're not smart as us. And it's a very small man's argument. You know what I'm saying? Then it is. You're very small when you do that. Like, and people in the academic world, they know. I went to college. I worked in the music business for 17 years. I'm not an unaccomplished man by any means. So, and like these people are trying to get their accomplishments built into this case. They have no prior accomplishments. That's what y'all understand. That's what's unilateral about, I don't know, 70% of them vloggers out there. They have no prior accomplishments. I have prior accomplishments. Before this shit started, now they had 3 videos on my page that got 1 million plus views. 3 of them. They have 1 million plus views. I don't need to be down there to get my first video get 1 million views. Hell, I got a video where I'm just talking about me. And that got over 270,000 views. I'm just talking about myself. The whole video, I'm just talking about myself and my experiences. People love me. Now, you notice that woman, and I'm going to read it again for you. You notice what she wrote. Can I ask you a question? Why don't you like Tisa Just Wondering? It's not the fact that I don't like her. It's not the fact that I don't like her. I'll tell you what I don't like. When I say I don't like you, that means I don't give a crap if something happens to you. I don't care if you fall, get hit by a car, whatever. Let me be real clear. I don't want to see anything violent happen to the chick. You know what I mean? Like, I think she need an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to get functional about it, because it would teach her some respect. See, men know. See, let me put something in perspective for you, Patricia, why it's not a good idea to have men trying to side with women all the time. Men kill each other. You understand what I'm saying here? Listen to me carefully. Men kill each other. You understand what I'm saying? I've been involved in all kinds of shit. I can tell you that for a fact. I've been there when a nigga got shot right in front of me. And I've told that story before, whatever. And ironically enough, his family came into the chat room that day I was telling that story. And so, you know what I mean? Like it's a very eerie feeling. Let me put it that way. And he was doing it over a woman. See what I'm saying? He was doing it under the geist of a woman. And so I say to myself, I say, what's going on, Philly Talk? I say to myself, Philly always welcome up in here. My grandfather from South Philly, everybody know that. So yeah, Philly, all my uncles, aunts, all them originally from there, then moved up to Jersey and New York afterwards. And along about 3 generations, I think it was. But you keep hearing this mention That's why you ain't getting no cash apps. That's why you ain't getting no cash apps. And so I'm like, okay, cool, but you getting cash apps based off the fact that you keeping a narrative going. And that's what it seemed like to me with Shorty. Before last year, and a lot of people think I'm just saying something to her now, and that's the mistake. You need to go back and look. Yeah, baka time, as the Jamaicans say. Yeah, baka time. See what I'm dealing with? I'm gonna fuck her, yeah, see? If you go baka time, you'll see on my page, before this trial even started, I was talking about Shorty. I was talking about Shorty then. See, that's what people think. You Johnny come latelys don't understand. I was talking about Shorty before this, because it was the same thing. It was like she was diligent. The first time I peeped this when somebody sent me a video of her interviewing Lil Rod. You know what I'm saying? It's like she got her peoples, I got my peoples, and my people's bigger than your peoples. Trust me on this one. If anything, you don't have to believe my people's bigger than your peoples. You know what I'm saying? You small potatoes. But anyway, long story short, that's why I don't go and put full effort into it. Guys, we got almost 200 people in here. Double tap the screen, hit the like button. That's why I don't put effort into it, because compared to like Bad Boy in the background I'm from, this is a vlogger. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no like bitch can really make an impact. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, long story short, I fell back a little bit. But the first thing I saw was the chick had like somewhere between 130 and 170 posts on her page, anti-puff, like in a year. In a year, son. Like, if you don't believe me, go to her page right now. Go to Tisa Tell's page and then start scrolling. And what you're going to see is this chick was just talking about puff. All of it was just rumor type shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it we're finding out now wasn't even true. But just rumor after rumor after rumor after rumor after rumor. And that's how she made her grind on YouTube. Talking about him, talking about Kanye West, talking about Jay-Z. She was an avid Tony Bugsby supporter. She used to come on her channel and be like, yeah, Tony Bugsby scores another win. And you know we love Tony Bugsby and blah, blah, blah. That's what she really used to talk about. And I ain't like it then. You understand what I'm saying? Because I thought Tony Bugsby, I disproved Tony Bugsby in person. You understand what I'm saying? When I went over there and I showed y'all where they had Radio City Music Hall, like all that shit, that's me, dog. That's me. So that's why I said when you subscribers get on and y'all start going through these pages and y'all think, go and see, make this pertinent. Go and see if that person was priorly talking about that same person. Because I've been talking about this bitch. This is why I think the chick came with a bodyguard, because she know I've been talking about before she even showed up. Is that fair? You know what I'm saying? So I've been talking about Shorty. I ain't just start talking about Shorty now or talking about the what's the name or whatever. Listen, man, I make one phone call, I clear that whole shit out down there. That's a fact. You understand what I'm saying? Gene Dill can't even do that. Gene, you got respect because of your prior employment, your prior position. That doesn't extend towards the judges. You know that. It doesn't extend towards the judges. Doesn't extend towards the what's the name? The judge that oversees Sovereignian. It doesn't extend to a lot of people. You're being allowed a privilege, per se, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad he's down there. You know he deserves to be there. He's part of the public. That's another thing people have confused. You ain't send me no cash app. I don't know nobody named no Rico, and don't come up in this motherfucking lying. There was a bitch. Let me tell you something. There was a bitch, and I put up a picture of it. She sent me a $10 cash app, right? And then the next day, she asked for the cash app back, so I sent it back to her. You understand what I'm saying? I know everybody that send me a cash app, and you ain't send me no cash app last week, which goes to even prove even more so you just a broke nigga staying up in your girl's house. Y'all broke niggas that stay up in your girlfriend's house, you gets no play over here, Rico. Damn, now niggas is lying online. God damn, you see what I mean? That's the supporters of these same type of black women that I'm talking about. Not all black women, a certain ilk of them that go over there, Peep Tisa Tells, and a whole bunch of these other podcasters. Those podcasts, and I told y'all from the jump, and anybody say I'm lying, you dying. I told y'all, what's going on, B? I told niggas from the get-go, when I had my little incident or whatever down there with the shorty, right? Which I found another video. Let me show y'all this. Y'all ain't seen this because y'all would have been talking about it. Let me show y'all something else, what I mean by that. The girls down there have turned the Diddy trial into something else that it ain't. And I warned y'all about this. I warned y'all about a lot of things, and don't y'all see they come to fruition? But everything that the other niggas say to tell you don't listen to me, it don't come to fruition because they don't know how we move. Let me show y'all this video, though. Y'all got to see this. Y'all have to see this. I was bugging out when I saw, I was like, oh, that's the same shorty. A lot of them girls down there are getting caught in multiple videos across. I'm just looking for it right now, guys. Give me a second. Are getting caught in multiple videos across the internet. And it's different situations. This one right here, I didn't even see this. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the same girl that got into it with Amon Wiggins. Okay. Same chick. But now she down there bowling with somebody else. Hold on one second. I'll just go to I saved it so I can just go to my joint. Hold on one second, y'all. Yep, playlist. Hold on. I want y'all to see this video. Y'all got to see this. The shit is that deep. I was like, yo, that's Shorty. Here we go. Because I just added the fucker. There we go, right there. Y'all check this out. Y'all remember Shorty? Okay, that was one video of her. Where is she at? She was arguing with somebody else, and they might have took the video down. But I got another video of the same Shorty that was sitting right here arguing with Amon Wiggins. I got another video of this broad here. I'm gonna play the volume. Now, literally, this man minding his business. He trying to walk away from her. See how she following him? Now, he ain't say nothing about smacking her. That's why he looked at her like that. He's still walking away from her. He's still walking away from her. See how she's following him? That's called menacing. See how she's still following him? That's called menacing. It's a law against that. Don't touch me. He didn't say I'll slap you. He said I'll slap you with $100 bill. Now this man's trying to walk up into the courtroom, and Shorty is still following behind him. He trying to go into the courtroom. Shorty's still following behind him. His walkway is being blocked. Come on, we got 300 people in here and 12 likes. Y'all double tap the screen and listen to me, man. What's going on? There's that much hate? Well, we got to go through YouTube Studios. 313 viewers, and there's only 12 likes. Y'all don't find that funny? Y'all don't find that odd? Trying to tell you, like, these niggas, they got a whole bunch of people coming over here that don't even fuck with me. What's going on, Boss OG? Clouded David. To me, it's crab in a barrel mentality. Every black blogger trying to make money off the trial is just damn sad. Diddy shouldn't even be locked up. Let me tell you something, Claudette. The odd thing about it is, make sure y'all double tap that screen, hit that like button. Let me tell you the funny thing about it. I went through my same experience down there, and I haven't been back down there in probably like a week or so. You know what I'm saying? I got other means, so I don't have to be there. But it's crazy to me that the same type of thing happened to me, and everybody was trying to label. What's going on, old gal? Everybody's trying to label me this, that, and the other, and the third, whatever. Having them viewers is here right now. That's why they won't hit the like button. It's crazy. I got like probably somewhere close to 400 to 500 people that's just on a hating tirade when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? From various different reasons. But what y'all need to pay attention to in that video is that woman kept following that boy. She kept following him. And I was like, at first I thought that's what he said too. I ain't gonna lie. So I apologize to that Mom Wiggins dude on that one, but because I thought he said, yo, I'll smack you too. He ain't say that. He said, bitch, I'll smack you with $100 bill. That's actually some pimp shit. You know what I'm saying? You smack a bitch with 100. I heard some shit like that in a minute. But the point is, he didn't say that. He said, I'll smack you with $100 bill. And he told her, stop following me. And what she was doing was against the law. It's called menacing. When someone tells you to get away from them and you keep following them, at that point, if I was a man and he was doing that to a woman, it would be called menacing. They would have put me in cuffs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That behavior down there has switched up the dynamic of the whole trial. But it's also been a blessing. Little dumb motherfuckers, Melvin voice. Little dumb motherfuckers. I gotta find that other video, but that same woman I just showed y'all actually has another video. And I'm trying my best to find it, and I can't find it for some. Let me see if it's right here. Let me see if it's right here. Because I actually have another video of Shorty talking, and she arguing with somebody else. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? Just give me 2 seconds, y'all. I'm looking for this video right now because it's very important y'all see this video because y'all gonna understand very quickly what I mean. Like, oh shit, they should go argue with somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Like the same shorties are out there arguing with people, threatening people, telling people I'm gonna go get so and all this extra shit. And I'm like, yo, what is going on out there? You know, like it's a very different space than when I first was out there. And so I don't appreciate it. A lot of those people out there are messing up the vibe for everybody else out there. A lot of people are from out of state and they messing up the space for other New York bloggers to get their shine. What about people from New York and their shine? You understand what I'm saying? He said guns and butter. What about those people in their shine? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, Duke took that video down. That's what that is. Because that video is literally, because I saved that shit. That shit is literally there no more. Yeah, he took that one down and another one down too. But there's another video. I'm going to look through this real quick while I'm talking to you. There's another video with Shorty arguing with people, and it's crazy. I'm like, this is the same Shorty arguing with people again. Like, why are you arguing with everybody? And it's a litany of these girls down there that's doing the same thing, arguing, getting loud. Like, I respect Shorty that was up in the courtroom, but same thing. You was getting loud in the courtroom, all that or whatever, they kicked you out. You understand what I'm saying? I'm looking for something, y'all, as I'm talking to y'all, so don't pay attention to me. But my point is, it's like the women down there seemingly are changing not only the dynamic, but they're there with a message. And their message and their advocacy is superseding the case at this point. It's like it's looking silly. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you can't be down at the trial every day arguing with people, beefing with people, blah, 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 and then think everything's supposed to be okay and then say, yeah, we're doing this for the rights of women. Doesn't make sense. I didn't say Gene Dill wasn't a good person. Why would I say Gene ain't a good person? What I said, I'm going to tell you what I said about Gene last night too, so everybody can get clear what I was saying. We'll find that later. I got that video though. I just got to find it. This is what I said. All through my life, I have to look back on reflection too, right? So in the fact that Gene Dill, you know what I'm saying, bro, salute. Why did my name make the because I'm telling you right now, Gene, because you gotta understand, listen to me. You one of our I didn't even see Gene was up in here. You one of our bad boy, how can I say, matriarchs. You understand what I'm saying? More than you know. You, and I ain't gonna say son's name, but he sat down at the table with you and was responsible for our program, right? You got to understand as a guy, as a person that was in the hoods, person was in the boroughs or whatever, what you got to understand is sometimes what your influence can invoke. Now, listen to me here. I had them awful times look back when I was selling drugs and shit like that on the block and everything like that. And I realized there was kids out there watching us. And them same kids, when they grew up and they getting like 18, 19, they started mirroring us. Like they would mirror us in ways like they would speak like us, move like us, talk like us, started thinking like us. But they were thinking at a higher pillar. See, that's the thing. When these kids are looking at it, we're not leaving out that part right there. They're thinking of it from a higher pillar. See, that's the creation of life and the beautiful thing about it. Somebody invents the will, somebody invents the suspension system behind it. You get what I'm saying? Innovation. So innovation inducts in a human psyche that once you have somebody that teaches you how to do something, you usually try to find a way to improve it. Well, with Puff was around y'all, same gang, and all that, whatever, he learned some of those attributes. Whether you believe it or not, he learned from watching you niggas. He learned from watching you niggas. Now, what I mean is this. I'm not talking about the sexual assaults and all that. Calm down. Not talking about that shit. I would never put that fucking on you. That's silly. No. What I'm talking about is the criminal element that's up on the east side. Now, see, these motherfuckers is in this chat, they ain't gonna understand. I'm just old enough to barely understand, but I understand. You understand what I'm saying? I know Brad Hurst. I know all these blocks. I ain't gonna scream out too many because, you know, niggas get, but you know what I mean? I know the east side, I know the west better, but my point is, you know the criminal element that's there. Now, Puff would already been growing up in the criminal element, but when he get around some real motherfuckers, things change. Because I was around some real motherfuckers. The guys that I rocked with, every last one of them made the paper. I got 2 of them that's doing 30 years or more. I've been there, I've done the business. You understand? Myself, I had a $250,000 fucking bail. I thought to you not. You know what I'm saying? $250,000. So I won't say you're a part of what they're trying to say now. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about previously. And this is only something that me and Gene Dill would understand because he comes from the same, same shit up here, tri-state shit. The point I'm getting at is he watched y'all. And what he said to himself the whole time, yeah, unbeknownst to y'all, was this. He said to himself, when I get this money, I'm gonna show these niggas really, really. See, what he really wanted to do was give y'all a sentiment, thank you. But he didn't get the chance to do that. He didn't want to do it, really. Be quite honest, I will say Puff was a jerk sometimes, but at the same time, I don't think he was that notorious. But then, as you find out things, you find out things. But outside the sexual element and the sexual decrepities, this shit was wild shit, Puff. God damn. But this Shay nigga, we gonna have to talk to you. We gonna, at the very least, if you come home, we gonna have to sit here and have a talk. Like, nigga, is this shit over? Is this shit over? That's what I'm saying, because we just acting for you, nigga. This shit over. Like, ain't no more of this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, all right. That's all we wanted to know. You sure you done with that? We ain't talking about the sexual shit. But what I'm talking about is the violence era. What I'm talking about is the quick attitude shit. That shit that come from the street. See, I often tell y'all many of times, what you talking about in your city and when we talking about up this way of the city or whatever, it's two different things. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Josh Robinson, sit your ass in the corner and shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We're not talking about that. We're not sitting here to try to condemn him. See, that's what the problem is. Y'all have these absolutes in your mind, built in your mind. Either you're this way, you're this way. This is something you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Sit back and listen to the story. I don't like when niggas do shit like that. This is my motherfucking story. I don't need no help. I don't need no motherfucking help. I don't need no backup singers, none of that. If I need some backup singers, I got some on the phone. You understand? Now, like I was saying, Gene, your influence, whether you want to admit it or not, with Shane gang, you know what I'm saying? You understand? Shane gang, you understand what I'm saying? With all that sitting right there, when he was around y'all niggas, okay, yep, yeah, I got you. All right, I got you. Same time he was around you niggas, he started learning how to be who he is now. His influence came from watching y'all. Now, you said out your own mouth, you said, this nigga wasn't never doing none of this, none of that. You said that out your own mouth. And I said, yeah, because the first thing I said, y'all, you learn from watching y'all niggas. That's where you learn how to get G'd up. That's how you learn how to get violent. That's how you learn how to get all that, from watching y'all niggas. He was sitting around y'all niggas. Yes, he was. He was a kid when he was around y'all's. He was a kid. And when you put all those, just like this was said, the ingredients of your life is a recipe you leave. One thing out, finished product is not right. What do you say now? The ingredients of your life is the recipe you leave. One thing out, finished product is not right. That's the polished product. Yeah, you got a version of who you niggas were, but he's maniacal and he got money. You understand what I'm saying? That's who the nigga turned into. And I know this because I'm gonna read your comment, Gene. I know this from the niggas I went through. See, I'm a two-time fella. You know what I mean? I don't hide it from nobody. And I did a whole bunch of shit. You was on the west side, but you know what I'm talking about, G. I'll be on the west side. Entonces, sabes, claro que sí. Yo soy el cubano, la mareno, ahí, sí. Entonces, sabes, esto es porque yo hablo español. Entonces, sabes, siempre. Pero la Valencia, este hermano ahí, sí, un Puff Daddy, tiene ahora, en ese Dios, es diferente en ese pero tuyo. Now, listen to what I'm saying. This is psychology. This has nothing to do with who's right or who's wrong or whatever. And once again, I'll say, I removed the sexual element. He didn't get that from y'all. What I'm talking about is the streets. You do remember, right? It ain't been that long removed. It definitely ain't for me. So, from what I'm saying to you is, from a street perspective, shit, Puff learned what he learned and he interpreted it from being around Gene and them. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. My phone knocked off the thing right here, whatever. I need a new thing. I'm gonna buy one. But anyway, long story short, I knocked out one of the screws, and so sometimes I touch this shit too hard and knocks out. Never mind that. Point is, he learned what he learned from y'all, from watching y'all. And that's like how a lot of niggas learn this shit in the street. They learn shit in the street because of the pure simple fact, bro, okay, I got you. They learn a lot of shit in the street from being around certain niggas. Now you may not know you directly influencing them while you around, and you like, yo, it's just like when I see niggas, they used to smoke blunts around kids. Then later on, a couple years ago, later going on, you see them smoking blunts in the same hallways that parents were standing in. It's like when you see niggas drinking. After a while, you see niggas drinking all the time. I'll give you another example. A lot of people sit around and say, well, Puff got his sexual part, the sexual part. I'm talking about the violence part, the by the hand, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But the sexual part, some people say, oh, well, he got it from Janice Combs. I don't know that, and I'm never going to say that. But you understand what I'm saying? It stands a testament that you can learn a certain behavior. So if y'all stick on that part right there, where you say, well, Janice Combs is the one that taught him how to do that. Okay, well, that'll be the same thing. It's influence. I don't believe that, but I'm just saying it's influence. So sometimes when we point fingers, we got to also realize, well, what did I have to do with it? And that's a contention I had to come through. And a lot of men I noticed that are Black American men, they don't like to come to that contention because, and I hate to say this, I don't think they have the capacity to do it. It takes for a strong man to reflect on yourself and look back at yourself and say, well, what part did I have to do in it? It's a hard thing to do, and a lot of people can't do it. A lot of people can't do it. A lot of people can't do it. Let me take this jacket off for a second. I just came in and I'm like, I forgot to take the damn jacket off. A lot of people can't do that. And I'm not saying Gene ain't got the capacity to do that. I think quite other than that. That's why I'm saying it. Some people think I'm saying what I'm saying to be malicious. Nah, I ain't saying that. I said it the same way I said it last night. Listen. You talking about people on respect. That's why I say y'all have surface conversations. This is a conversation that nobody, unless you've been through Bad Boy Entertainment or you've been through Harlem back in those times, coming up to now. We talking about almost longer than I've been alive, 35 years ago. Bro, your point of view, but you're wrong. Even when dudes try to teach the dude the righteous, he was poised by power in the industry because he was looking at y'all like, okay, so example, right? You said poised by the industry, right? I'm gonna give you an example. How much money did y'all have to give up to him at that time? Watch this. I'm going to show you why that's that problem. Y'all going to continue to talk about that problem 10 to 15, 20 years because I figured this out 10 years ago. You know why you're susceptible to that music industry? And this is the one thing that y'all never put out. Why ain't y'all putting up the money? If a motherfucker come and they offer a nigga $10 million and you ain't got 10 million to counter it, it's just like at the auction house. Okay, well, it goes to this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this nigga is aligned with these niggas, and he said, well, I learned this shit from these niggas. So what I do is, and I know this because I done done shit like this. First thing I do, I'm going to come in and do this shit like them niggas would have done it. That's the underlying faction, would have done it if they would have had $10 million. So when you get a nigga, I remember one time 50 said, he said, yo, one of the record companies was like, yo, if they give us $1 million, this nigga might use that money to go kill everybody in the neighborhood he don't like. See what I'm saying? So when you give a nigga, you already got a nigga that got prior influence, and you give that nigga some money, that's like giving the devil a fucking the world to run for the afternoon. You understand? It's a prize. So that's why I try to tell you, I had to look back for myself, and I saw some of the little niggas that I influenced. You understand what I'm saying? I saw them niggas later on, they had pistol in their hand, or they out on the block now, or they, you know what I'm saying? We didn't even do the block, but I'm seeing how they move because they saw how much money I was making. Man, I used to come through pocket full. Yo, let's go through this. I used to do that shit all the time, stay in a hotel for a month and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Salud to me, pana, ma. You know what I mean? We used to do some wild shit with our money. Now I look back at it, I'm like, this is before I got with Bad Boy. It's etched in stone. You understand what I'm saying? I rolled with some organized guys and we made hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout the tri-state. So this is no lie. You know what I'm saying? Do your history. My point is, influence has and will be, not just with Gene Deal, not just with myself, but many of men, as men of color. If we're going to talk about all this pro men of color shit, brother, everyone had enough money to do something. Did you have $10 million? Respectfully, did you have $10 million? If you didn't have the minimum of $10 million, what I'm saying to you, if somebody's got $10,000, even $100,000, but you got $10 million, all things that you have to say at that moment end for most people that don't have any type of morals or have ambition so high that they say, hey, this is the better deal. So what I'm saying to you, maybe he would have been better along fucking with y'all, Gene. Understand what I'm saying? Because y'all gave him some initial money, didn't y'all? Or some of the affiliates, let's say that. Gave him some initial money. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't quite enough to put him in BMG where I started at and where you later came to. You number 1540 Broadway, right? I've done dozens of lives up there. So my point is, he didn't have $10 million. He didn't have 20. He didn't have 40. He didn't have 60. And he damn sure didn't have $100 million. Y'all have been in this music industry in different facets to the point where there's no unions for these guys. These guys, you know a better example of that? MC Shan. Or the shit that 50 and Snoop and fucking Nas do on the low, and they're giving out money to these rappers that are no more. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't tour no more really like that. And if you are touring, as you're getting older as an artist, y'all don't realize this, your audience starts to dwindle because now the people are growing up or whatever. So a certain type of music genre that's geared to mostly youth, like rap is, they start losing attendance for it because, hey, I can't come to your concert. I got to send these kids off to school in the morning. You understand? So it happens naturally. But it happens more impactful for rappers. There's never been nothing set up for rappers. So a lot of these guys, little do y'all know, they end up in the corners here, there, and the other, and the third, or whatever. You hear something messed up happen to them. Like one of our pioneers in hip hop that used to be with Grandmaster Flash on him. I forgot what the little light skinned fella's name is. He ended up poking up a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now he doing 20 some years. The nigga's already 60 something. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't know, and he got that from you're a superstar, but you got that influence from where? The streets. You don't get to poke up a nigga from the music industry. You learn how to poke up a nigga on the streets. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This nigga's violent behavior he got because he was trying the whole time. Really, Gene, that's why he probably came back to get you to show you what he was doing at the time. Why else you think he would hire you as his bodyguard? He trusted you, and he wanted to show you, hey, this is what we could do fully. And I think you saw some things there. You was like, nah, I ain't with all that shit. But I be down here Tuesday, Thursday. Give me a call, you need Sean. You know what I'm saying? Give me a call, you need Sean. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, that's the way I see it. You learn this from other people and being around other people, whatever. So when I look back and I think that he's never really mentioned Gene, he's never really mentioned any of the stuff Gene is saying, and I respect. I ain't never said nothing fucked up about you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never said Gene Deal did this. How is Gene Deal guilty? I didn't even stop somebody where they were just here in my chat room trying to say that. I don't play them antics. That's not what we do up here in the tri-state. You dig? I don't do that shit. I don't never do that. Now, with that being said, I think, Puff, if you do come home, you got a lot of redeeming. You understand what I'm saying? You got a lot of redeeming to do, B. You know what I'm saying? You need to set up a couple of agencies for women and shit. Something. You know what I'm saying? Something got to get. And the next thing you got to do, if you want to be remembered, you got to be like one of the Bilderbergs or something like that. And you got to become very philanthropic. Very philanthropic. And the sorry campaign got to go on for the next 2-3 years. I won't sit here and deny, I never in my life would expect that this nigga was out here kicking and stomping chicks. Like, you kicking and stomping chicks like a nigga, because that's how you would do to a nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I hit a bitch with, like, depending on how you coming to be violent, I hit you with the stunny or I hit you gunny. It don't matter, but I ain't gonna try to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know you'll wake up in your right mind and be like, oh shit, da. So therefore, nah. But if you're trying to be passive aggressive and violent, you a woman, yeah, I'll do something to you if it come down to it, because I'm gonna protect me before you protect you. But my point is, he learned this behavior, Puff. From them days being in the streets to now, it matriculated itself because he had them tens of millions of dollars. And if niggas had them tens of millions of dollars to offer these niggas from the get-go, then these niggas would never go to the record industry. You understand what I'm saying? You have no counter for these niggas. That's why the same shit will keep on happening. That's why niggas are still getting signed. You talking about Puff, there's going to be another Puff and another Puff after that. You'll never stop the Puffs. So if that's how you feel. So as this trial becomes to its conclusion, and that's over, there'll be another motherfucker they'll bring up. They brought up Tory Lanez. They brought up this one. They brought up, what you don't understand is they're trying to condition niggas to a certain behavior. And the ones that are fighting, it's just like the plantation, you know, on the plantation, the niggas that stayed in line or whatever, they got fed real good. They got to get all the dirt ball, you know, motherfucking pig intestines and shit like that, all the shit. You know, they got their life and they got to live in comfortability outside them working. You understand? But then there was another type. This type was defiant. This type said, I ain't gonna sit there and let Master talk to me like that. Fuck that. I think we need to get on our Nat Turner shit and bash the fuck up out of here. I think we need to get on our Peter Toussaint, you know what I'm saying, and override these niggas. You understand? And so y'all ain't never reached the point of that in hip hop, all y'all, Puff included. You were still dependent on Diageo. You were still dependent at the time that when I left, it was Interscope. You still got a distribution deal somehow or another. It's not even physical entities with Epic after that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting here saying Puff in the clear. Obviously not. Nigga, you was over here kicking bitches and shit. Like, I can't even stand on that. You know what I'm saying? But what I can stand on is when a nigga trying to send you up the river for a long time for some shit you ain't equal out to do. Now that part I'm gonna sit with the nigga with when it come to that shit. Because I ain't gonna let no nigga get sent up the river. Because if there's one nigga getting sent up the river and there's a whole bunch of niggas down there applauding that, then the rest of the niggas is. And you know a nigga don't stand a goddamn chance. Y'all don't understand the future fucking what's the name. Y'all think y'all down there showing the world that you have morals. No, you don't have no fucking morals. You just want to see a nigga go to jail, the majority of you. Even the men, they just want to laugh at the fact, that nigga went to jail. Mind you, they got uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, everybody else is in jail right fucking now. Don't tell me there's not at least 7 motherfuckers down there that's a vlogger that ain't got somebody currently incarcerated. Oh, it's all about the money. Oh, you don't know, it's all about the money. Now, if Gene is still here, I just want to say this last. Gene, from the bottom of my heart, I don't like that bitch. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do nothing to the bitch. I had nothing done to the bitch. You got my word. You got my word. I swear to God to you. But that Tisa Tells bitch, I don't like that bitch. And I think it was a mistake you bringing that bitch to the city. You understand what I'm saying? And I think niggas gonna feel a certain way about that in a certain amount of time. Now, I'm not saying that Gene, I got anything against you or whatever, because I don't. I like you. You and I matriarchs. You really are. You know what I mean? Like, I pay homage to certain people. Like, I don't know, certain people or certain else to pay homage to them. Like, oh, well, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's big Midwest or whatever. But that light-skinned bitch, I don't like that bitch, son. And a lot of niggas don't like that bitch. That bitch started and made a different aura down at that courtroom. I don't give a fuck about her numbers and nothing like that. I got 3 videos on my page that did 1 million+ views. I'm not worried about views. I've been here for 5 years. Reason I don't like that bitch is because it's one thing if Puff is fucking guilty. Get me, Gene? But it's another fucking thing if you come downstairs, you understand what I'm saying, and you're telling Porgy Pies, and it's counter to what everything else everybody else is saying. Now, shout out to Sean G once again, because I like representing niggas that's from the area. Nigga Sean G got kicked out the courtroom because they say he divulged the name or whatever. I'm thinking he thinking it was right because Shorty, who she right, I got $5,000. I got $10,000. Well, where the fuck my bread at? Now I'm just playing. You kill it. You keep that shit. I want no money from a bitch like that. I wish I would have a bitch like that. Bitches like that to turn around. I say, I gave him $10,000. Nah, you ain't give me shit, bitch. You understand? Reason I don't like that little light-skinned bitch, though, I gotta be real with you. Shorty came here with a negative aura. Her negative aura has expanded at that courthouse. Well, them feminists, I've been covering this 8 months ago, day one. Who in my chat room can agree with me? 8 months I've been down at that courtroom. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't up until 2 weeks ago everybody started fighting and arguing and shit like that because they all there trying to compete with that bitch. You understand what I'm saying? And before, she was trying to compete with me. Because, bitch, before you showed up, you was doing 40,000, 48,000 views. Go chat. She was doing 40,000, 40. I was matching her views, or at least half of her views, and I only got a third of her subscribers. A third of them. Go check. Go look. Go through her shit. Go back a month and a half ago on her page and look at the views. Go to a video section specifically and look at her views, and you'll see how they fluctuated. So, make no mistake about it, this bitch wasn't popping like that until she showed up down there. The reason they highlight her is the colorism that they have in African-American culture and Latin culture, which is basically light skin is right and everything else is in between. Is that fair? Black women coveted this woman because she's a representation that they believe in their mind of her beauty. Her interview, you know, everything's about aesthetics as far as vanity with a lot of women nowadays, not just black women, women in general, but black women in general uplifted this bitch because of vanity, their own vanity that doesn't exist in some cases, vanity that does exist in some cases, and vanity that's unwarranted in most cases. What I mean by that is, if you look at the women that are talking, yeah, some of them got pretty faces with makeup, but if you get down into the deep depths of how they are, this is how Medusa was. Medusa was one of the most beautiful women in the world, or whatever. Her and her Gorgon sisters. When Medusa played the fountain and got cursed, they turned her into the most beautiful woman. But it was one thing: she had snakes for hair. And if you stared at her, you would turn into stone because she was so beautiful, but so hideous at the same time. There's a story of Medusa. Lot and Sarah tried to escape Sodom and Gomorrah. Y'all remember that? What God say to her? God said, whatever you do, don't y'all look back at the destruction. Who was the only motherfucker that looked back? Sarah. You understand what I'm saying? Temptation and vanity has always been a part of women. You understand what I'm saying? Temptation and what's the name has always been a part of it. We're not talking about that. So you want see what I mean? You get the women, they start talking about something totally different. Thank you for the compliment. I'm not a Puff fan, however. I think the masses are trying to get rid of hip hop. They are. And they don't understand what they're creating. They think that everybody is going to segue. And I want to talk about that too in white culture. Because you're now using niggas to do it down at that courtroom. You motherfuckers listen to me and listen to me very clearly if you're down at that courtroom. Stop. And I'm only exempting 3 people from this conversation. Don't y'all listen to this. Stop talking to the major media people down there. Now listen to me. Since Puff's first arraignment for the bail hearings, I've been down at that courtroom. Every last one of them. You don't believe me? Go on my motherfucking channel and you'll see for yourself. The scroll where it says lives and keep scrolling. Match up the dates that he had the hearings and you'll see me there. This is before any of these vloggers showed up. I don't want to hear anything opposite than that because we know who was down there because it's on video and none of your fucking faces were down there. Point blank simple. I was out there in the cold. I was out there in the rain, all that before any of these niggas were. This is a fact, all right? And it subsequently kept on going like that up until 2 weeks ago. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I stopped going down there because of a situation with a female. A lot of them females that are down there, they're not living in the reality. Not all of them. There's some good ones down there, but a lot of them not living in reality of what the judicial system brings. And so they're confused. And so what they do is they come in with their feelings. And I caught a female journalist the other night who was also an ex-prosecutor, female prosecutor. And she said the same thing to a woman. She says, I think that you're thinking with your, because this is what the women keep saying. Well, she was in a relationship for him for so long. Or the relationship was this, that, and the third. The relationship was this. Why weren't you called to testify? Why would I be called to testify? Why would I be called to testify? If you're listening to the testimony, it's quite apparent that every time the Puff was doing this shit, he was doing this shit in a hotel room under aliases and under all kind. What was it, Frank Black? You know what I'm saying? Under aliases, and it was very private. He was telling Shorty, "Yo, set it up." Da 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 da. Why aren't you asking Cassie? Since you want to ask so many questions, how come you're not asking Cassie or any of these girls that were doing this shit and participating in this shit? Because it was girl after girl after girl after girl, and they all had the same mantra. I just wanted to please him. Now, I bet you was down for the get down. And now that you older, got a kid, got a degree, you know what I'm saying, out the game, nobody, you done cashed out the game as far as like your looks and everything. Now, bitch want a paycheck. What the whole get? $20 million, $10 million? If the feds wouldn't have called Cassie to testify, that bitch would have rode off into the sunset on a horse. Spreading rumors, none of this is proven. The nigga was, if you don't get what I'm saying, the nigga was doing this shit privately. That's why when niggas got up here and you're hearing everybody subsequently say the same fucking thing, nobody knew what the fuck this nigga was doing. How could we? You know what I'm saying? This was between him and his bitch. This wasn't something he came to the office and said, yo, guess what I did with Cassie last night? You would have never known. You would have never, she walked away with $30 million. She walked away with 20 from Puff, and she walked away potentially with 10 from the hotel. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I found it an insult The same niggas that sold the tape, you got them niggas testifying. This Jonathan Odie nigga that shot up Trump, one of the Trump Tower hotels. Y'all want this? Everybody that's testifying is a fucking dirtbag. Like, what part did I say that was wrong here? Everybody that's testified thus far has admittedly said, without saying it, I'm a fucking dirtbag. I'm a dirtbag. If you accept yourself to doing shit like that over and over and over and over again, you are a fucking dirtball. I'm agreeing with you. Tisa spreaded the rumor. Let me tell you what Tisa did. Her greed allowed her to fuck up. Guys, please double tap that screen, hit the like button. If you hear hating on me or whatever, please go somewhere else. We just have conversations here. This is not a tea channel. This is not a bash channel or whatever. So if you're not hitting the like button, I can already tell you just a hater here for the conversation. When I'm talking about a bitch, I'm talking about a bitch that I've been talking about for months now that I ain't like the way she was walking. So if you don't agree with that or you a hater or something, take a walk. Take a walk. But there's no way there's 200 plus people in here. There's only 35 likes. Like, come on, son. Come on. That you making yourself look like a hater. It's all good. Anyway, that's the real reason a lot of motherfuckers don't know that. A lot of people that's checking me out, or if y'all don't know, a lot of people that don't like me, they'll share my video. A lot of people that don't like me, they'll subscribe to my channel, whatever, because their devotion to their idols, who they don't want to accept the idols too. Like they'll say, well, Clive Davis was Puff's idol. Well, these motherfucking what's the names of your idols? These motherfucking YouTubers are your idols. These are your idols. You understand what I'm saying? Because you'll go to bat for them. You'll go to other people's chat rooms. You'll never see one motherfucking comment from Davin Lewis and Tisa Tell's chat room. I don't get down like that. You understand what I'm saying? You'll never see it. You've never seen Davin Lewis over in Tisa Tell's chat room, but her people will come over here, subscribe to my channel, right? Because you talked about it, bitch. These bitches try to punk niggas. You're not going to punk me, bitch. You understand what I'm saying? No way, no how. And I got some bitches that'll punk you if it come down to it. You know what I'm saying? That's the part you're leaving out. I don't never display who I know on camera for you guys. Never. But if you heard other people come in here, they'll tell you, hey, you be surprised who the fuck they know. So like you talking on that, I got some too. You know what I mean? What exactly is your content today? Listen, man, you sit back and listen, man. We don't do pre-scripted shit. Pre-scripted shit means you had intent. You understand? I don't even like how you move it. Nigga call herself Rolex and ain't even donated nothing. I ain't even see you donate nothing. Get your ass the fuck up out of here. What exactly is the content of the topic today? These niggas be talking like they in the motherfucking east of London or something. What is you ever notice that niggas be talking different now? Like whatever happened to like black and Latin people talking very, like pure hearted? Like you know, like these niggas sound like robots now. What is exactly the topic today? And what is the subject that we're discussing? And the debauchery we like to call fuckery. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I went to college and I live in Connecticut. People don't talk like that. Like, what's good? What's going on, man? You know what I mean? Yeah, Hit the name at the top, like button. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Good, great content. My first time. Appreciate you. Chill, bro. You ain't important. You ain't that important. False idols. Yeah. They be. Well, I think he was talking about that. I'm agreeing with you. Tisa rumor spreading. Yeah. So, like I said, man, like Shorty come downstairs. If y'all talking about her, Shorty come downstairs and she tell Porgy Pies or make it feel like, you know what I mean? Puff is losing every day of the trial. And that's just not the case. Like when you got prosecutors saying something totally different or whatever. The moment I heard an ex-prosecutor saying something, they know how the game run. I'm like, yo, I ain't listening to this bitch no more. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Drinking coffee, in case y'all wondering. I ain't listening to this bitch. I'm just saying me. I ain't saying anybody else should do that. I don't do sucker shit like that. I'm not telling y'all don't follow. Y'all like the bitch, go follow the bitch. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But when in the end, make sure y'all stay with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay over there. Stay over there. You understand what I'm saying? No, you was rocking with that bitch. Stay over there. You know what I mean? Don't come over this motherfucker. I don't play like that. Some of these niggas be hopping from channel to channel. Hey, it's great to see you. Nigga, you just left the ops channel. Nigga, get the fuck out of my face. Sucker ass nigga. I don't like niggas like that. So what I say is, shorty, you can do your content or whatever. You gonna have me beat anyway. For starters, you got a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Boom, I already lost. You got a vajay. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, the average silly nigga, you know what I'm saying? The average silly nigga, like, listen, man, I have chicks that'll reach out to me all the time or whatever. I say what's up to them because they see, like, in other places, they'll see the bad boy shit or hear me mention that. Y'all don't know behind the scene. And even back then, I was never one a nigga to go Google over a bitch because I'm like, yo, I get chicks. Like, y'all done see me on camera with some beautiful ass women. Agree with that? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll give y'all that 85 to 90% into Sabe. They're black Latinas, but that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Yo, just go to my, listen, I'm going to share, go to my community section right now, right? I got something for that. Yeah, you can't compete with you can't compete. I'm not supposed to be able to compete with Vijay. That's why I'm like, niggas is talking about views and all this shit. She's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Philly Talk TV. I'm gonna share this in the community section, and there's a link inside of it for PayPal. Also, if you go to my excuse me, if you go to my what is it? The info box or whatever the hell it's called. What is it called? The info box or whatever it's called. If you go there, there's a link for PayPal. So I'm gonna share this real quick. Hold on, stay right there, Panama. Okay, so within that link I just shared right there, there's also a PayPal link in there. You know what I'm saying? So now y'all know. Hold on. Can't compete with Cat. I'm a new sub. However, I never had a Cash App. I'm super old school as hell, but I'm gonna set up one. Yeah. Money, I'm from Harlem, born and raised 153rd and 1/8th. I'm 1966. I seen the real from 110th West to 5th Polo Grounds. Yo, you real fan. One love. Blush up, Edward. You understand? Philly Talk TV. Yeah, we had to throw in the PayPal or that cause you shit. I ain't fucking with your cash. I was like, look, we ain't throwing the PayPal for. We ain't throw that in there. You know what I'm saying? Shorty came over here and said in my chat room, man, I'm gonna show y'all this shit again. Shorty came over here. She said, the old gal, listen, because you donated to me last night. Shorty came in here. She said, that's why nobody donates to you. It seemed like all these girls is on the negative end of this puff shit. That's all they worried about is cash apps. That's all they mention is views, likes, and cash apps. I started watching David Lewis because you were showing us around New York covering big trials. However, it wasn't for Puff. I was doing this trial shit. Thank you so much for saying it. I was doing this covering trial shit before the Puff shit. I covered the Jonathan Majors trial. I sat in front of Megan Good and in front of fucking. They specifically put me there. I sat in front of Megan Good and sat in front of Jonathan Majors. Came outside the courtroom and told y'all what was going on. I was doing that same shit with the Jonathan Majors shit. You understand what I'm saying? There was a reason that I hadn't been inside, and I gotta say, I kind of didn't tell y'all, and that's what Tisha got me. Was I didn't go up in there because my feelings went in. I don't want to see Puff in handcuffs. I don't want to see Puff like that. I really don't, because people don't understand how it bothers me. Check this out. Let me give you an example. I don't have no what you said. I don't have no support from Black American people. You spitting facts, not gossip, like old girl. Listen to her for 20 seconds and then since been back down. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, niggas want to go over there and fuck with her, go fuck with her. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Chick's got a vajay. Of course you're gonna win. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's get that out the way. Now, whether or not I like a bitch, that's something totally different. And I done told this bitch to her face, yo, bitch, you a fucking liar. Ask her. I told her 3 times in her face in front of everybody down at that courthouse, you's a fucking liar. Because that's how I felt. I watched 1 year plus another year of you fucking just bashing Puff, bashing Kanye, bashing Jay. She was real mad when that shit flipped around on Jay-Z. Then she tried to switch it up. You don't think I remember that shit, huh? When that lawsuit got pulled from Jay-Z and Diddy, you try to circumnavigate it and switch around. I was like, nah, bitch. Nah, I see what type of person you are. I was giving her a pass until she did that Jay-Z shit. I said, oh, no. I don't fuck with this bitch. Because if that would have been anywhere else, they would have stomped shit out of her. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So my point is, because a lot of niggas, they be talking greasy when they got niggas with them, or they think niggas gonna back them up or whatever. And I'd be like, yo, them niggas can get it too, bitch. You understand what I'm saying? With you. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want to make it like that, don't. Listen, you got scary niggas, I got scary niggas too. I got a couple of niggas too that's 6'7", 6'8". It's not a problem. You understand? I'm keeping it this way. And if you know me, you know I'm telling the truth. I got about 6'7" Gene Dales, literally. You understand what I'm saying? That love a nigga. But it's not about that. The point is, You out here hiding behind other niggas' names. You understand what I'm saying? Other niggas' stories. See, Gene really got something to do with this story. You understand what I'm saying? Regardless of how I feel. He got something to do with the story because of his antithesis. That's why I said what I said earlier. I said, yo, son, at the same time, you know what I mean? Your influence led to this nigga being who he is, and you ain't accepting it. You got to accept that, G. Your influence led to who this nigga is. That nigga looked at y'all and said, y'all niggas is gangster. I want to be gangster just like y'all. And you know how I know? Because I did the same thing, dog. I did the same goddamn thing. And da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? Da-da-da, you know what I mean? So let's start putting things in perspective. If we're going to talk about Puff or whatever, we got to start getting into psychology like we did what we did with R. Kelly. You know what I mean? No, I don't agree with what R. Kelly did. You know what I'm saying? But didn't R. Kelly say he got raped or touched by some chick when he was young? How come that bitch ain't in prison? Because nobody cares. It's just like the Don Richard shit and the shit that Q from what's the name said. Did y'all ever hear that? That's what I was looking for on my tablet. Let me let y'all hear what the shit Q said about what Don Richard did to him right after she testified. Y'all ain't never heard that, huh? You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all real quick so y'all know what I'm talking about. And some people be thinking I'm telling Porgy Prize. Nah, I be paying attention to everything, son. Everything. Even the shit you think I ain't paying attention to, I'm paying attention to. Where that shit up? Yeah, here we go.
Seen it coming.
At this time, I was around Dirty Money for about a year while they were creating Last Train to Paris, and I guess I was around because I was dating Dawn. I just happened to be around. So Diddy's like, I think he was very, very high. He's like, we're gonna go to the Hamptons. He was like, we're gonna go stay the night there, and you guys want to come? And it felt very weird because his energy just felt so weird. You know what I mean? It was friendly high. You know what I'm saying? Like a friendly invitation to something.
He wasn't usually like that?
No, he's never invited all of us to one of his houses. So before we get to the Hamptons, they're like speeding in these black SUVs on the expressway very, very fast. Like they were in a rush to get to the Hamptons. We get to the Hamptons and we walk through the house and we arrive in the backyard near the pool. And my ex at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. And she said...
Is that what she said it was?
Yeah, she said it was ecstasy, and she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red.
Give me a second till
and
we
I
talk.
took it because I thought I was gonna get freaky with my girlfriend. You know, we tried ecstasy before, and I trusted her that that's what it was. So I took it immediately, and she had one too. He gave her two of them. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out and blacked out. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
I don't know their names.
You're talking about Diddy's daughters?
Twins.
Okay.
Yeah. Diddy's twins. His girls. Yeah, I woke up in their bed to cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And it felt like
Yeah, take your time. It's okay. It's understandable that you're reliving this and emotion comes with it. There's just no way around it. So
it felt very sacrificial. That's what I meant when I said I felt like they were trying to hurt me, or Diddy was trying to maybe sacrifice me that night. Honestly, when I went on Vlad TV, I didn't say anything about finding a sacrificial email.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Now that audio surfaced. Well, it's not audio. It was actually an interview. Surfaced probably 2 days after Don Richard's testimony at the federal court building. And I said, how come nobody's talking about Q? Like any other time when they're talking about Diddy potentially doing something to him or whatever, which I don't believe. But when they talk about Puff doing something to him, right? It's always talked about, superseded, if you want to say, in the interest of the journalism and everything like that. They put it in the fashion, they push it out to everybody, right? But when Q say, yo, one of the top witnesses for the prosecution may or may have not did something to him, everybody's silent, including the prosecution. Ain't that odd? And that's suspicious. I'm just asking a question. How come nobody's complaining? Y'all did hear that audio, right? How come nobody's standing up for Q? Y'all was standing up for Q a few minutes ago. How come nobody's standing up for Q? Don took the fifth. No, Don took the motherfucking agreement to do this. No motherfucking what? She got immunity. No prosecution. That's what all the motherfuckers up there, if y'all don't realize it, except for Kid Cudi, who might potentially be charged with arson. Because quite funny, or one of the women could potentially be charged with arson, but we'll never know now because all these motherfuckers got immunity from their charges, if any charges were to be applied for their involvement, their engagement, and fornication and anything else that took place along with Puff. Like we sitting up here, we talking about Puff, but at the same time, I say the same thing. All these motherfuckers that were involved were dirt balls. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all ain't realizing what y'all seen on the stand. Cassie was a dirt ball. She arranged motherfucking freak offs and everything like that. The next broad that had something to do with it, she was a freak. You understand what I'm saying? 50 was going on respectfully. That bitch was a freak. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, these bitches are sitting there and they're unilaterally telling you the same thing. I did what I did to please them. Nah, bitch, you was down for the gig down. The same thing I'm trying to tell y'all, there was a way of the world back then. And this is something that Gene Dill is privy to. This is anybody that's in the music industry is privy to. But niggas that ain't never been in the music industry ain't gonna understand this. That's why I'm trying to tell you. I partied with these people. I hung with these people. I worked in this environment. I still know people in the music industry that I deal with on a weekly basis, not day-to-day basis, a weekly basis. Sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's day-to-day. But it happens. Everybody see what's going on. And what I really think they're trying to do is they're trying to cancel rap. And the way you cancel rap is you deduce the minds of the people that you see. Rap is a form of expression in the arts. That's what I know. And so if you cancel the music, this one genre, it's like the same thing they tried to do with rock one time. I think Q was young, scoring, loving, not a victim. I don't know what Q was. Son said he smashed Cassie for 3 days, no stop. Hey, there you go. You smashing Shorty for 3 days, and she's like, nah, just let me go up in here and get some of that pink. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Puff, you got some more of that pink? I need that pink, son. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing going on unless that pink here. You know what I'm saying? Well, for real. Oh, shit, this shit burn. Let me try the other nostril. You know what I'm saying? That pink. That's what the bitch was doing. Her homegirl was selling her drugs. And she testified. If that bitch had immunity, they could have charged that bitch with being a drug dealer. Ain't y'all people in the game? So it's not about Puff. It's about removing your motherfucking mantras so your oncoming sons will be nice and docile. See, everything that Puff, Jay-Z, and all them motherfuckers express is freedom. Freedom of expression, everything that's literally instituted in the arts, whether it be drawing, whether it be painting, whether it be creation of music or whatever, all those are at a standstill to make you motherfuckers see that there's some light at the end of the tunnel. You remove a people's inspiration or the tool that they use for inspiration, you remove the people and you make them once again become docile to a system that normally you wouldn't. Now, when I say the word mammy, hold content. Because there's white women that do this for white men, and there's Latin women that are trying to do this to Latin men. So listen to what I'm saying here. When I say Mammy always had a position. Mammy's position on the plantation was to keep all the other slaves in line, right? When you go down there to the courthouse now, you see all these women down there, and like the girl that was following Amon Wiggins, or the girl that was following me and Myron and cursing at us and yelling at us, talking about she was going to do this, she was going to get niggas to fuck us up, all this shit or whatever. This is what the bitch said. The other chick said the same thing similar to him. Then she was out there arguing with another male vlogger. If you peep the pattern, what you'll see is that's the mammies. And the mammies are showing up to let you know you niggas ain't out here and go think openly. Not if Mammy got something to do with it. I'm putting on my best black voice. If Mammy got something to do with it, all y'all gonna get in line. Now that nigga upstairs, I done talked to them white men. He going to jail. Because I said so. Because mammy always get away. Anybody want some pancakes? And some boysenberry syrup? And some nice hog? Mammy. Mammy is down there, and the essence of Mammy is down there, and the essence of Mammy is now be putting society against hip-hop. You understand what I'm saying? All except for one part. Female rap. I've been a rap artist for 20-something fucking years, or artist just in general for 25 years. And all them years, I'm talking about since fucking the end of middle school, coming into high school, okay? Always done rap music, always wrote it, composed it, written some beautiful songs. I'll play you one of my songs in a minute here. With that being said, I know the creation that goes into it. And I've also heard female artists of the past. And female artists of the past, including one that I promoted, Lil' Kim, at one time. Female artists of the past, right? Yeah, they were nasty. Yeah, they were vulgar. Yeah, they were, where I Eve's at. Yeah, they were a lot of things, but them chicks were creative. You understand what I'm saying? And I think the last creative artist that we saw before this transition to the thought era, because I think that's what they did with Cardi. Cardi was the transition for these niggas into the thought era. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, Nicki was nasty, but Nicki was lyrically gifted. I saw Nicki come up on the Come Up DVDs with Cutmaster C and Fendi and all them. I used to sell them joints on the block. I go down to Brooklyn, buy them shits for like, I don't like that word. I don't like that word because they'll say the same thing to me. You know, I don't like that word. You got to watch when you use the word tether. Tether means a conduit. You understand what I'm saying? You're using it a conduit. MC Lights from the islands. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these rappers that y'all don't understand. Busta Rhymes is Jamaican. Biggie was Jamaican. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. Yo soy la cubano, la moreno, ahí, entonces saben, claro que sí, el americano y a la Cuba, entonces saben, las 12, entonces saben, yo soy la negrito, negro, yo representando negro, pero la gente era negro, no que gusto mío, entonces saben, el americano. Eso, tú sabes, yo soy tranquilo, pero la casa, tú sabes, es más. No, salud, respetando, tú sabes, esa nada. That's what. So that's what another reason too. A lot of these people, they don't donate or do all that shit or whatever, because they look at me as not one with them. So I go to say a lot about them, not me. The world is watching it, so but we're so together. No, you're showing the world that you can be conquered and very easily. You're all separate from each other. Show me a group of Jewish folks, a group of Italians, a group of Greeks or whatever, that no matter what they're arguing about, at the end of it, they'll say ultimately, well, we're all Jewish, we're all Italian, we're all this, or Greek, so we're going to stick together. But black people internationally, they don't do that. That's why they outnumber everybody unilaterally, but they won't use that unilateral companionship to take over the world. It's a very strange mentality. Instead, they rather have little small conversations, which I've been around so many different people that I never heard other people have. And this is the dividing point. So let me go back to this thing with the music industry. What they're doing is they're dividing y'all up. Yeah, I would agree to a certain extent. They're dividing y'all up because of the pure simple fact. They're going to take away your J's. They're going to try to take away Jay. They're going to try to take away. The best thing Jay-Z could do right now is throw out a new album. If he threw out a new album, it would help so much. I hope Jay hear that too. Throw out a new album. I swear to God to you. Right now is the moment with Jay-Z or some artist of that caliber, you need to throw out an album. If you wait until after Puff is convicted or free, it's going to be too late. I'm trying to tell you this. Throw out an album. Throw out an album, Jay. Whatever it is, throw out an album. Tell him Davin Lewis said that. Throw out an album. If you don't throw out an album, throw out a single. Because you, ultimately enough, in the sound that you resonance, could be the dropping quarter. My point is this. I'll keep going here. I think not only are the women down there been sent down there, like they said, the guys that were wearing the free puffy shirts were sent down there. I think them girls were sent down there too. And I think some of those guys that happen to be in that LGBTQ movement, some of them, not all of them, some of them down there, I think that's their thing too. You want to see this nigga go to jail and they don't even understand the whole time what they're creating. You're creating a space for these niggas now to come in and say, you know what? We just threw away one of the biggest guys, if he's convicted. We just threw away one of the biggest guys in rapping. There's now there's only one left. And he really doesn't even have any motherfucking power anymore as far as the music industry is. Let's try to topple him down too. And now that we're at it, what we'll do is the now mind controlled pawns that we have. Well, we got 7 little such and suches. So if he dies of a drug overdose or the cops kill him, or you know what I'm saying, he decides to commit suicide or whatever, we'll quickly remember him through the label, whatever. But now the little such and such is there. Throw out little such and such and such to replace him. You understand what I'm saying? Throw out little such and such to replace him. You know what I'm saying? And now we throw out little such and such to replace them. You understand what I'm saying? They'll forget about little such and such, and now we can move on. This is how it will continue to go. So as they deplete you from your sons, your nephews, and every fucking thing else like that, it's just like in the army. You expendable, nigga. That's what they really telling you. So with all your enthusiasm or whatever, just make sure you going, as you get ready to hop online, you about to be enthusiastic about what's going on with Puff and everything like that. Make sure you look in the room and look at your nephew. Make sure you look in the room as you pass in the door to head to that computer or you on your shit. Look at your son in the room and understand all the shit that you're doing right now, all the advocacy and the loud talking, it is on camera and it will be reviewed. And not to say that your son won't personally, or your nephew or your father won't personally look at you a certain way, because of your high-end advocacy that you thwarted specifically to one black man versus there's another white man that's simultaneously on trial right now, one Harvey Weinstein, and ain't a nigga said a thing about Harvey, and the shit that Harvey been accused of is way worse than what fucking Puff been accused of. Because so far, one thing we got is Puff is just saying, yo, look, bitch, every now and then I like my hoe get fucked by another nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Every now and then, there's niggas all throughout New York. Let me put y'all on to something. Since y'all niggas want to talk morality, right? Right now in New York City, right? And it's always been this, and niggas will tell you this, all the way down to Pennsylvania. I see PA in here, all the way up to Massachusetts. They have these swinger groups, okay? Swinger groups. There used to be swinger clubs all throughout Manhattan. Who here know what I'm talking about? Who here know what I'm talking about? They used to have swinger clubs all in New York. You pay a monthly fee, yearly fee, whatever. Now you part of this club. And what the club would do, and LA definitely got them still. What you would do, that's why I hear a nigga from LA. I'm like, LA like literally birthed this shit. You understand? And the porn industry on top of that. But anyway, long story short, they have these swingers clubs. So basically, you go to the swingers clubs, like I'm dead serious. You would go to the swingers clubs and you would pay, like this is in New York and New York City Tri-State. See, niggas ain't been here, they don't know these stories. Ask Gene Deal this, he gonna tell you. So they used to have, like, they would hire them as nail salons. Queen still got the problem. You know, you go in there and get a little massage, whatever, a little extra, whatever. Downtown LA, you already know what I'm talking about. So they used to have those swingers clubs, right? And there used to be people that were like popular that ran these places. You know what I'm saying? Heidi Fleiss, she was one of them. Then they had a couple other people, which they later charged Heidi Fleiss with prostitution. This was a woman in New York. Look up Heidi Fleiss. You'll know, see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I personally don't have to believe in anyone's success to realize who I am. I have been sure that why we are hated and feared. This too shall pass. Prayers and chant. Now I don't do all that shit. Nah, you got the wrong guy here. We don't do all that esoterical shit here, mama. Nah, we don't do all that. Usually I find people that do shit like that and talk like that, they don't donate, they don't do anything. They just come in here and give a whole bunch of pro-black faces. So respectfully, I don't want you in here. I don't like bitches that come in here with that bullshit. We'll all just pray together, bitch. Pray ain't gonna save this shit. Your motivation and your movements are. You understand what I'm saying? For real. Y'all who ran the South need to come back home to the South for respect. Let the tethers have New York. Yeah, I don't know about all that, man. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Everybody down South was mixed too. I mean, like, you go down to Miami, right? You go down to Miami. Half of the people down there half Cuban, half Dominican, half Haitian, half something. So you really don't escape it when you know what I'm saying? Y'all from the South, though. Everybody in New York City, I'd say 90% of everybody's either from the Caribbean. If you're black or mixed, you're either from New York or you're either from the South or you're from the Caribbean. One of the two. The village downtown, I'm from Harlem. I used to stick them up, not bragging, but fair. You're a lot motherfucker with that. Yeah, for real. My uncle used to sniff coke and take his white downtown LA party like a white star. All right, man. Yeah, a peace, Ty. It's been real. Yeah, he keeps saying the same thing. The nigga said, I'm sorry, and then he kept on saying the same thing. Fuck that nigga. Anyway, oh yeah, you're not gonna say that tether shit. I get offended by that tether shit because what they doing is doppelganging somebody. And this is like I say, like, I'm gonna get back into the swingers club in a second, but you get a lot of black people online, and I notice this shit, and they kind of like parrot what other people say. So, for example, nobody was ever using that word tether until Tariq Nasheed kept on repeatedly using it. And then still to this day, many of them don't even know the pronunciation of what they're using. Just because someone is from a different environment doesn't mean that they're necessarily a tether or what you would want to say, which they equated to someone that hasn't lived their experiences yet speaks about experiences in their environment. That's what they really mean. Someone that doesn't haven't lived their experience or lived in their environment yet preaches that. You understand what I'm saying? Well, you got black Americans online to do that shit. You understand what I'm saying? What's that nigga's name? Jesse Peterson? Have you ever seen that tap dancing motherfucker? Oh my God, that's an old coon. That's Steven in real life right there. Steven from Django. That's the real Steven from Django. You know what I'm saying? That's the real Steven from Django. Calvin! That nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all think I'm bad, but shit, I say, go check that motherfucker out. That nigga's wow. Jesse Lee Peterson, that's his name. There's a couple other ones, Eldrix, Cleaver, a couple of these other motherfuckers. These niggas are scary because they old coons. Ain't nothing more scary than the old coon. Because that nigga, he'll put his life on the line to keep coonery alive. You understand? So anyway, these niggas are getting, y'all need to go and look up the definition of tether before you use it. So let's do that for the kids, okay? Let's do that. Kids, we're going to look up a motherfucker, what's the name? Drug counselor that never got high. You stupid. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to show y'all something. So we're going to look up the word tether. Because I'm so tired of people just using words that they hear other people. I don't never use some words that I hear somebody else repeat. That goes to show you got little intelligence. You easy to manipulate. That's what that tells me about somebody. Don't use other people's words. Now, there's other definitions, but the first definition of tether is with currency. That's the first one. Traders, investors, and USD. See, this is how they define it. That's why I say you have to look it up first or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the first definition is a trade tether. That means it comes from a foreign currency, et cetera, right? Now, if I go here and I go to a different one, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a minute. If I go here, you'll see that even here it has different definitions. You see the definitions there? They're not quite like yours, are they? You see the word? There it is right there. I didn't mispronounce it. Y'all see this, right? So the first thing it says is tie. It's a verb, tether, tie. An animal with a rope or a chain so as to restrict its movement. A tether. Use of a smartphone in order to connect a computer or other device to the internet. Tether. No, this is not the Urban Dictionary, my friend. This is the Oxford Dictionary, you dumb cocksucker. This is Oxford. No, I'm not a dumb nigga. All right. Noun, a rope or a chain, which is an animal tied to restrict its movement. And now we go down here. What does the slang tether mean? I think I got what homie was saying right now, Monzo. Okay? And it says it's an idiom at the end of one's tether, at the end of one's resources, patience, or strength. What is another meaning of tether? To attach someone or something to something else by its or as if by means of a line of a cord. I tethered the boat to a dock before coming ashore, tie, strap, rope, or bind. So what I think y'all are saying is they're binding and tying themselves to us. Is that what you mean? Because that's not the definition of tether. There it is right there. Kids, please go look it up for yourself, all right? That's not the first definition. A nigga, a foreign nigga that act like an American nigga. Like that goofy ass nigga told y'all. I ain't got nothing against Tariq Nasheed, but you need to stop fucking con artists and these people, man, for real. There's a lot of niggas out here know the right thing to say to these women. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'll be like, yo, that's why a lot of y'all women be in bad relationships. Because, like, if you let a nigga on the internet tell you and fool you, obviously in your face, you'll let a nigga in real life do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. I love James. Why you love him? I don't know. I just love him. You know what I'm saying? With dumbass bitches. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for hoes like that. I don't really. That's why I really don't. You know what I mean? I really don't. Yeah. I really don't be getting these broads sometimes. For real, for real. It be some weird shit going on with a lot of these women. Like, what is your family? Where's my family from? I don't know. I don't even fucking know you. How about that? I done told people here a million times what I am. I'm not doing that again. I don't like when people come in here and don't say hello to you, but ask you a really personal question. Like, when you ask somebody about their family first, or ask somebody about their background first, as opposed to saying, hello, how are you? I'm a new sub here, or whatever the fuck, and I ain't never met you in your life. I know you ain't been here before, because I don't fuck with niggas like that. I don't know you. That's what I mean. Women be coming into your motherfucking chat room and be acting like you owe them something. I don't answer the bitches. I live by myself. I done been on my own since I was 17 years old. Hoes don't help me pay nothing in my apartment. Hoes don't help me travel. You understand what I'm saying? So when you get a bitch to come into your chat room and y'all think I'm being rude, please be advised of the question that you asked about somebody's family. That's personal. Now, maybe you don't come from an era that people thought that was personal, but I do. You understand what I'm saying? That's a very personal question. I'm gonna allow you to stay here, but I don't like shit like that. And if you get mad because I said something about a bitch, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I really don't. It's not my job to respect a group of women that don't respect their men. I respect individuals within that demographic of women that respect men. But if you don't respect begets respect. If you don't respect me or respect black men or just men of color in general, I don't give two fucks about you no more. And a lot of niggas need to start doing that, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I knew you was a fuck nigga, bitch. Look what she wrote next. Clearly, by looking at your teeth, well, clearly, if you looked at my page, I've been up to one of the most leading motherfucking places in Connecticut, in the state of New York. In the state of Connecticut, in the facilities, which I've taken my crowd with me on my last dentist appointment. So since you're so bothered by my teeth and the appearance that I have on here, Cheryl. Bitch, don't nobody give a fuck. There's a video on my page. I don't even go to the normal dentist, bitch. I go to one of the most top motherfucking places in the state of Connecticut. So with that being said, I will be continuing my motherfucking doctor's appointments or whatever. So don't you worry about it, sweetheart. Now you see why I'm hating on Tyreek. Bitch, ain't nobody hating on Tyreek. But next time you come here, you dumb bitch. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure that you go and check out a nigga videos before you start talking, because you seem real stupid right now. There's a video on my page, you silly bitch, still trying to win an argument that you done lost. There's a video on my page not even a month and a half ago when I was at one of the leading facilities in the state of Connecticut that does dental surgery. I have a lot of shit that I have to get done. Now, I did a video there live for everybody to see. And your dumb ass in here talking about blah, 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 blah. Let me put it this way, bitch. You ain't even got a picture of yourself up. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't even got a picture of yourself up. And everything told me that's that energy of a bitch that's 5'4", weigh 300 pounds. Right now, as you talking to me, you eating some chips. Ain't you big bitch? You still here, you big bitch? Right now, you still eating some chips. See, you want to get disrespectful? We can get disrespectful. You want to be respectful? We can be respectful. All right? That's how that shit go. I told you before you showed up, huh? You know what I'm saying? Tether tails. Tether tails. Is that what it's called? Tether tails. Anybody think that's funny? Go ahead and put some laughing emojis. Bitch, you 5'4", weigh 300 pounds. They ain't laughing at you. Y'all laughing at me or y'all laughing at her? I ain't gonna block you. Just tell me. Y'all laughing at what I'm saying or y'all laughing at that dumb bitch? Because I'm just sitting here. I'm gonna make you, bitch, I'm gonna make you part of the show. I'm gonna make you part of the show. Babble? Define babble, bitch. Quickly. Put the definition of babble in the motherfucking shit. 5 minutes. Okay, you fucking with her? All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Peace. You know what I mean? Peace. This needs to be talking. This to be talking. She said jerk chicken babble. Bitch, I'm not Jamaican. Cubans don't make jerk chicken like that. Like, that's a Jamaican dish. You ain't even got your motherfucking groups. This dumb bitch ain't even got a groups right. Like cubano, like polo. Listen, probably ain't really a good idea to eat chicken in like Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Like, For real. Like I'll keep it a buck with you. Cuban food ain't really all that great. It really ain't. It really ain't. You know what I'm saying? Any fucking way. Fuck that bitch. Where that bitch go to? So I can block that hoe. I know. Chef Dusty Wolf, right? Bitch, you know where I live at? Bitch, I live in Connecticut. But that's first of all. I live in the most opulent, one of the most opulent areas in Connecticut. I didn't show where I lived at on this bitch a million times. You know what I'm saying? My apartment probably bigger than that motherfucking studio apartment you living in. You know what I'm saying? Struggling, trying to raise a baby and shit. You understand? Let's put it this way, bitch. Inside my crib right now, I can walk to one end to another, and it's gonna take me a little second. At least 5 motherfuckers can fit up in this bitch simultaneously with nobody being in each other's way. Just to give you a hint. Now, I'm a nigga that was previously attached to something with home ownership or whatever. I'm a nigga that always lived by the shoreline and shit like that in Connecticut. So, and many people will tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I gotta make it up. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, peace, 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 Sean. So, like I said, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You say what you want to say, mama. You say what you want to say. Nigga insults never bother me. Nigga, and so I don't strive my life to be in comparison to niggas, black or Latin. The only thing I give myself in comparison to is and I like to compete with, I compete with white people. I don't try to compete with niggas. When you try to compete on niggas, my mother will beat your ass. Oh, all right. You know what I mean? DMX is here again. That's what's up, baby. That's what's up. There be some silly bitches in the chat room, my nigga. Hold on, let me get rid of this hoe real quick. She ain't got my blood pressure up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't here to argue with nobody. You know what I mean? Bitch, take the hat off. What's wrong with my hair? Ain't nothing wrong with my hair. Ain't nothing wrong. I had my hat off a lot of times. I done did like 3 or 4 lives with y'all this week with my hat off. What that mean? You know what I'm saying? I got some shit done, fixing my hair. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Bitch, put a picture up. How about that? You can't be a bitch with no pictures talking about take the hat off. You ain't even got a picture. It always be them fat bitches ain't got no pictures be talking this shit. Now I don't want to get along with that bitch. I don't want to get along with that bitch. Y'all bitches always want to play let's get along when it comes to some chick getting like fucking that bitch came in here starting with me. And then y'all bitches be like, oh, can you leave her alone after she done started the trouble? Now I want to get along with that bitch. I throw that bitch off a bridge if it came down to like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't here talking crazy. And I ain't even talking crazy about none of the women in here. Every woman in here been respectful, been nice, listening to stories or whatever I'm talking about. She want to be the one bitch to come out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I wish I would follow the command of a hoe. I wish I motherfucking would, nigga. You at your mind? I wish I would follow the commands of a bitch. Nigga, you ain't hearing nothing I'm saying. I've been on my own since I was 17. See, that's the thing about a lot of niggas, right? Niggas got certain niggas out here. Let's talk the truth, ladies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. One of these niggas in your house right now is you talking and you listening to me. This nigga sitting right in front of you or sitting right beside you, and I hope the nigga hear it. You understand what I'm saying? This is the truth. Right now, ladies, in your apartment, you got a nigga that's been there for no less than 6, 7 months, maybe upwards towards 5 to 10 years, and you ain't never put this nigga on lease. Not because he couldn't be on a lease, but you ain't never put this nigga on a lease because you're just saying in the back of your mind, yeah, he got the propriety to fuck up. He done already fucked up once. So when I get rid of this nigga, I want to get really rid of this nigga. But depending on the state that you live in, it might take you going to court to get rid of this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So right now you got a nigga that's sitting in your house, been sitting in your house, paid minimum on motherfucking bills. You know what I'm saying? If nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Always eating up all the shit in the refrigerator, but those your dollars or your stamps or however you get it. You understand what I'm saying? Now pay attention. You 5 months behind on your light bill, but this nigga sitting right in the kitchen. You understand what I'm saying? You charging his phone while he's searching. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas that come in here, that's the predicaments they in. You understand? So understand, fellas, look at your situation as a man and say to yourself, hey, am I living by myself? Yes, check. Am I taking care of myself? Yes, check. When I was down there and I was covering the Diddy trial for the past 8 months, was I not using my own money? Yes. You understand what I'm saying? Was niggas donating to me and Fortitude like they were doing a woman? No. And the reason these men would rather donate $100 to a bitch that's a stranger and a YouTuber versus giving their own bitch $200 to pay on that light bill that been late for about 5 or 6 months is because of them propensity to chase pussy. Oh, you will never find no man in this world that chase pussy like a black or a white man. Oh, they pussy chasers to the beginning. You ain't know white men and black men chase pussy at prosperity. The two leading motherfuckers is on a sexual assault charges right now are a black and a white man. Diddy and Harvey Weinstein. I rest my motherfucking case. Now, I'm not a Scorpio, but they're my match. I'm a Taurus. I turned it up so he can hear this. Thank you. What's up, bro? Ain't shit, man. Y'all double tap that screen, hit the like button. We got over 200 people in here. Also, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. I got a woman that's repeatedly leaving on my did I show you my harasser? I got a Tisa Tells harasser. She loves Tisa Tells. It's like some quasi-lesbian shit. I don't know what's going on. I can't call it. Y'all bitches really be looking like lesbians on this motherfucker though. No, that's my girl. She's so beautiful. And they always got some nice shit to say in the ilk of a white woman's octave. Like, she's doing a wonderful job. She's phenomenal. She's a lot of them bitches just want to be white women. I don't know why they just don't say it. I want to be the replacement of the white woman, and it'll never happen. It'll never happen. Let me show you this shit right here, right? So this is the video I did last night. And I said, Diddy files for a second mistrial. That little light-skinned girl at court, HARLEY QUINN. Now, obviously, I was talking about Leisha Schmelz, right? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't talk about her in a bad way. Like I said, I'll repeat again. I'm never going to do nothing to this bitch. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to put my hands on her. I'm not going to try to do any violent acts to her. I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, based on the shit she done said before, I mean, if another nigga did, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you telling the truth and you're very educated. Thank you, sweet tea. I appreciate it. Guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. Double tap that screen 2 times. Also, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App. Also, there's a PayPal link that I got now. You know what I'm saying? P. Diddy and Meek Mill's clap and cheat. Like, dog, why you even got that on your mind? Why you got on your mind 2 niggas having sex? At what time is it? 12:30? That's what's on your mind, dogs? I'm going to talk about y'all niggas in a minute. But anyway, listen. This is what the chick wrote. Out of all the shit that I said, the blog was literally 2 hours and 20 minutes. And this is the only thing she got out of it. And she's written multiple fucking comments. This is the girl right here. This is what she goes by. Anybody know this bitch? Because I don't know this bitch. But she act like she know me. She can read my mind. Like all these bitches act like they clairvoyant and they can read your mind based on the little bastard sons that they raised that are now in jail. You understand? Yeah, I said it. So this is what the hoe wrote. Because this is her 3rd or 4th time writing something on my channel. And as you can see, just so you know I'm not lying, you see those 3 comments right there? Those are other comments that she wrote. I just ain't blocked it yet. So the bitch wrote, she's got 1K subs and she's been here for 11 years. The bitch is horrible. All right, so this is what she wrote. You're laughing as you're reading about a woman being dangled over a balcony and you have no clue as to why no one will ever Cash App you. Now that's funny. Key laughing emojis. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, well, it seemed like that's the priority of many of you bitches is this Cash App. So she had 2 motherfuckers like it. So that means there's 2 motherfuckers on my channel that's following me that don't like me. You see what I'm saying? Like most of the people, they think they're using me and I'm using them at the same time because I'll never give you any ammo to use. You can forget that now. I'm very coherent of what I say. Trust me. I was raised up by some of the best. Ain't that right? Put it out. Ain't that right? Put it ass. Ain't that right? Mid out. Ain't that right? Put it up. You know what I mean? And she has no clue if shit is even true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she got mad at me when I was talking about yesterday, so I can explain to y'all this guy here. She got mad at me yesterday because I was laughing about the one witness that said that Puff held her 17 feet up in the air, and I said, off a balcony. And I said, I know this bitch lying. Because the probability of you, and I'm just saying theoretically, the probability of you hanging a motherfucker, see, like if you gonna hang a motherfucker off a balcony, right? It's best not to try to do it with your own 2 arms, 17 motherfucking floors up. You wanna cuff a motherfucker's foot right here and have another motherfucker cuff the other foot right there. That way, you always got control. If he slips a little bit, then the other one's got him. If he slips a little bit, then there's a probability the other one got him. But being up that high with all that wind, and 9 times out of 10, you want to catch a motherfucker bare skin, because if they got some pants on or something, the pants might slip and they might fall. Now, she said she got held upside down from what I know, right? So for Puff to do that, Puff would have had to lift the bitch up, lift the bitch over his head because there's a railing right there, and then lift the bitch off and hang over top of the shit. Then after that, Puff would have had to immediately, after he held her there for a few seconds, lift her up and then throw her off to the side. Listen, I don't care if you Gene Dill. I don't care if you motherfucking The Rock. I don't care if you 50 Cent, any of these big niggas. Yeah, I'm dead shit. The pants slip and fall off. What you gonna do then? You don't think you don't know nothing about hanging a nigga off the balcony. That's the biggest thing. If a nigga got rayon, we'll put you on. If a nigga got rayon on, that's slippery material. A nigga, the only thing that's gonna be safe for you is cotton. Cotton is real sturdy. It doesn't slip or fold. It doesn't have a sheen finish over top of it. So any type of pants, now I'm just hearing this. Any type of pants, anything that a motherfucker got on, and they made a rayon, they made a silk, or any type of slipping material that girls usually wear. A lot of girls wear rayon shit. So what happens, especially shirts. So if a motherfucker is grabbing you in the clothing or the material is slippery, then even more so there's a probability that your ass could slip and fall from 17 motherfucking stories. Now, if I'm a nigga and I'm a multi-billionaire, because at the time Puff was becoming a billionaire, because it was 2016, she said 17. That wouldn't have been Puff's move. Yeah, he would have been getting fucked up and everything like that, but that probably wouldn't have been the best move for him. Now, what I said was, if the bitch would have said it was the 6th floor or the 5th floor and Puff hung me by my legs, I still would have kind of been opted, but I would have been like, well, maybe the nigga didn't know, but he knew. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to dangle a motherfucker off a balcony more than 5 or 6 floors up, because if you drop this motherfucker head first, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to have an impact injury on the neck and the head. So if they ain't like, for the rest of their life, they going to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So probable you would ought to hang a motherfucker from head first down. You understand what I'm saying? And that involves one motherfucker grabbing one arm, another motherfucker grabbing one arm. You can do it front face or you can do it backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like either way it go, you're going to hoist that motherfucker up with 2 arms and then the other arm. So say like one arm is right here. This is the one you use. Well, this one's the one you use in the grip, right? So you're going to hoist this arm up with the one leg or whatever, but you're going to use this arm to keep a brace and a balance on the motherfucker with that leg. So then that way, that leg don't never move. You move with the leg, that leg move. He move with the leg, that leg move. Because y'all both got a grip. And you saying whatever just theoretically, you saying whatever you want to say. I saw it on some diagrams or something. You know what I'm saying? So like with that being said, if you got 6 floors up, you still run a risk of hurting a motherfucker, whether they upside down or what's going on, Ryan? Whether they upside down or they head first, you still run a risk, but you run less of a risk at 6 floors. Now, 6 floors, generally speaking, if a motherfucker fall into some bushes or something like that, he might have a broken tailbone or something like that. But face first, generally speaking, motherfucker gonna be okay. You understand what I'm saying? You might have a fucked up leg, you might have a fucked up arm, things happen, but you'll generally be all right, right? If you fall from 6 feet head first, the probability goes down significantly. So, no, I don't believe that Puff with another chick, and what we found out was, even to the jury, it sounded like a fib, even to the defense, it sounded like a fib, but you'll have chicks, because they believe they are the jury, they'll be like, good afternoon. I just wanted to get your opinion on Donald Trump. It seems to me it would be a good business deal for Trump if Trump decides to pardon. Just asking. I don't see how it would be a good business deal. Trump is actually like, he's pardoning a couple of people I've seen so far. I don't really want to have that pardon talk right now, Karen, because I don't want it to become into a cycle on here. So I won't give my opinion, because a lot of people like to take my opinion and run with it. So I won't give my opinion on that. There's a video though. I will tell you this. There's a video that I did about a week ago. You should go check that out. It'll be very apparent what it is. Let me put it that way. So just go to my live section, click my channel and go to my live section. Go check out that video. You'll see what I said. All right. I like Karen. I like her style, how she came in here. So anyway, like I said, you got a lot of women that were advocating and saying, oh, you're wrong for giggling or snickering or what, because I saw that's a bullshit ass story. It's a bullshit ass story, and it got called out on the stand. So you got women that still want to forward the notion and their advocacies or whatever, based on their emotions and their feelings, and that's just how the court system run. Sorry, it's how it runs. You know what I mean? A lot of these women got that confused. And the other thing that I see, which I don't see, and that's why I said I'm about to end this in a minute, because I don't never go no longer than 2 hours and nobody's donating to support me. I don't do that shit. Like I'll leave it up to Google. That's why when the bitch said so, I was like, well, bitch, you must not realize that my channel was monetized. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. This showing me more how niggas don't, you know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta pay attention to. Basically, the bitches are telling you, yo, listen, black women are telling you basically, if you don't agree with us, then there will be no money for you. And the niggas, they'll go along with them because most of them been raised by a single mom, or most of them they gotta have their authority to a woman. You'd be surprised how many niggas out here can't say what they really feel because they got a bitch at home that'll scold them for it. You know what I'm saying? Did you hear about Donald Trump's Golden Dome over America? Man, listen, the defense mechanism is still the same thing they use in Israel right now. They use the same fucking relay system as far as it's an anti-aircraft bias. I mean, excuse me, origin. But that's the same thing it is. It's anti-aircraft, anti-shields, whatever for America. America should have them. Israel has them. That's how they stand all their bombardment. Being bombarded by so many bombs and things like that, or whatever, being sent over from multiple different countries, which I'm not going to mention here. But that's the last question I'm answering of yours, my friend. You ain't donated to me. You're not supporting my channel. I don't like getting into conversations heavily with people that don't donate. Actually, I was raised in Inglewood, California. The woman was the pimp, and the man were the tricks. Well, that's where you grew up, sweetheart. That's where you grew up. She said in Inglewood, the women were the pimps and the men were the tricks. Well, bitch, I might have been on your block. Ain't no tricks up this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? For real. You try to pimp me, bitch, I put one in your stomach for real. Like, I don't play that shit. Like, that why, like I said, that's when weak men. Sheila Brown wrote, I actually was raised in Inglewood, California. You wasn't raised, you was raised by a single mom. Then if you said all the women were pimps and the men were tricks there, ain't a place I want to live at. And Inglewood, you need to check that bitch. Ain't a couple of G's from Inglewood though? There's a couple of rappers from Inglewood, right? I wonder if they say the same thing. Matter of fact, let me show something. Yeah, you been here 5 years with 2 subscribers. You probably a snake. Get that bitch out of here. I ain't even like what that bitch had to say. She another one of the bitches be steady writing in your chat room. Don't hit the like button. Don't hit the cash up. I ain't worried about that shit. I already know black women that went all across the internet and say what they said about me. But like I said, it'll all come back. And when it do, don't ask me for shit, homie. Like I'm telling you, don't ask me for shit. You know what I mean? I am not fucking with y'all just like y'all ain't fucking with me. Because that's what it be. I've had multiple women on here. The new thing for black American women to do of a certain ilk, not all black American women, is they try to highlight themselves as the it girls in society nowadays, which most of them, all other cultures know they're not the it girls. So since they can't front on white men doing the it girl routine, since they can't front on Latin men doing the it girl routine, they believe that they can do this exclusively. I'm the it girl with men of color. So this includes a variable of different behaviors. The first behavior is reducing your intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? This is to, in fact, remotely fuck with your self-esteem. So they'll come in and they'll say, I'm a queen and you're a nobody. I'm the Royal Highness and you're a nobody. I'm an empress. All these things are unfounded and self-proclamated. So they're promoting and proclamating. So that's what they'll do. You understand what I'm saying? Always pay attention. The bitches that'll say they're queens are always doing some type of debauchery. Have you not paid attention to that? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't be worried about like black American culture, whether or not they donate or support me or whatever. Because if you really look at it, what you'll see is they only support feminist fucking views. Many of this is because they're raised by women. Most of the men, most of black American men are raised by single women. They didn't have little to no interaction with men of caliber or substance all throughout their life. That's why these niggas will be 45, 50 years old and they can't even articulate certain words. Ain't never had a bank account. Ain't never had a motherfucking rental agreement, let alone a mortgage. Ain't never had motherfucking a loan ever in their life or whatever. And this nigga is like 45, 50, 55, 60 years old. And he depended on you for his whole life like a mama. The reason he was raised like that is because that's how his mama raised him, to be subservient. So I don't expect a group of men to think like that, to have my back. No, only real men and real bitches have my back. So that's is what it is. Y'all can keep your nigga pennies. The big money coming. You keep your nigga pennies. It's rich and then it's nigga rich. I don't want to be nigga rich because I worked for a nigga that was rich. You understand? So all the reluctancy I get or whatever, it'll come back around or whatever. Y'all keep on with your campaigns. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to do those campaigns when it comes to me. You have to be. He don't like black women, but I stay having black women on my channel. It's just crazy, and both a real way and through the So when I see all these people and like including the ones that's in the chat room talking or whatever, ain't none of them niggas donated a dime to me. But if I was a bitch, they would have. This shit would have been. If I was a chick, this shit would have been flooded. So they don't want. What it tells you is African Americans. They don't want to hear reality. They want to hear fabricated stories. You could sell it to them like a dream world. They're very easy to manipulate. So right now they're being manipulated by women. The whole story is if you don't go with their narrative, even though these bitches are late on the show up. I was down at that courtroom 8 months ago. These bitches are showing up 2.5 weeks ago, week and a half ago, a week ago, and trying to act like they the motherfucking authority figures and everything goes down Diddy because they coming downstairs repeating or lying or whatever they do of what the fuck went on in the courtroom. That's exclusive. By this week, that shit's gonna die down. Ain't nobody gonna care about that Diddy shit no more. This week, we'll begin to dip in the motherfucking Diddy footage. So y'all can keep that little bullshit ass money. I don't give a fuck, really. Yeah. But y'all did do one thing. Y'all confirmed what that bitch said in my chat room, and that's why I said I stopped or ceased my pro-black. I used to have like a lot of stuff on here that was pro-black. If you go back, you'll see. Like I took these niggas to where Malcolm X was shot and killed. I took them to Seneca Village where there was black folks that were first homeowners in the United States or whatever, alongside Irish people. I took them to the remnants that were there to approve that and the plaques that were there and everything like that. I've taken these people to one of the mosques. I've taken them a couple of different places that have to do with black stuff. And what I found was every time that I did that, right? Every time that I did that, what I found was most of these motherfuckers, right? Most of these motherfuckers, when I found most of these motherfuckers, they didn't support none of it. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a whole tour guide at Malcolm X's, where he got shot and killed at the Alabama Ballroom. I had a tour guide. She was a black female, beautiful woman, beautiful soul, everything. She agreed to do a tour with me because previously I was trying to get in touch with her and I couldn't get her. And that's why I was getting ready to just go to one floor and then I was getting ready to leave. She was like, no, because I left her a message. So she got the message. She was more than open to do it with me. So we did a whole tour over there. I'm just giving you an example. We did a whole tour, then I can get up out of here. I don't care about that shit. We yeah, you gotta realize when these people are talking to you, they're letting you know we don't care about you. So you can't keep showing love to a group of people that don't want love. This is why they have a problem in society as it is. People try to love black people and they don't want to accept the love. They want the love that's within them, and the love within them is usually some type of hatred, some type of fucking fighting going on, bickering or whatever. Hence, this is why you see the fact there was so many of them showed down there at the Puff Daddy trial or Diddy trial or whatever. Everybody's down there fighting and arguing now. They bask in that shit. So if you're not part of that type of regimen and that type of thinking that process, then of course they ain't gonna support you. That's why I was talking about with this Malcolm X shit. I did this shit during Black History Month and had 2 people donate to me, which was the old gal and I think Ahmad L. They hated me even more when I covered the Jonathan Majors trial. And I always highlight this. It was number 3 people of color down at the Jonathan Majors trial. Wasn't a motherfucker down there to support you. You know why? Because he was dating a white woman. As Serena Williams been down there in court, it was talking about how her white husband, who was poorer than her, was beating her ass. Y'all all be down there. Yay for Jay. You know what I'm saying? So these women, they don't care about what you are. They want you to lose. And I can't continue because they hate who they are. Yeah, I really do believe that most of these black chicks, they really, if you listen to how they talk, how they try to carry themselves, they try to carry themselves and talk like they the new white women. And what they're going to find out is within the next 5 or 10 years, white women going to start fighting back. And the echoes and the cries from white women going to supersede theirs naturally. But continue on. You understand what I'm saying? But what they're doing is like, right now, you ladies are literally, while this trial is going on, you're showing your men why they should not deal with you. If you just listen to their cries and their whimpers and everything else or whatever, you'll quickly find out that these women think they are superior to you. Now, if you want one of these bitches as your wife or whatever, hey, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is, even if you marry a black woman in 2025, you got to worry about the shit that she comes with. And most of the time, it comes up with fucked up family members. Most of the time, it comes up with fucked up friends that, girl, I don't know why you with him. Y'all all been through it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just a fucked up scenario. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But what it told me even better is, because I plan on having some more kids. I don't have no kid. What it taught me in this moment right now is three things. One, do not put your faith in African Americans to help you. They will not help you unless you have some racist type of ideology. They will not help you unless you have some sexist bias mentality, meaning support all women no matter what they do. The black woman is queen. I'm not sitting around motherfucking worshiping bitches. The Greeks and the Romans tried to do that. Their whole society ended because of worshiping bitches. You understand what I'm saying? So for the uncultured and the unread, worshiping bitches, every dynasty has always fallen when they start worshiping bitches. Cleopatra, they started worshiping that bitch. You saw what happened. That bitch ended up committing suicide and had motherfucking this nigga killed by another nigga until she was balking both of them. And then she tried to fuck her son. This is a nasty bitch. But nigga, Cleopatra was a fucking whore and a manipulative whore at that. And a killer. All right? My point is, if you take that, you take Lot and Sarah, and God telling Sarah, don't turn around. We told both of them, but she turned around, turned to a pillar of stone. If you look at Lilith and Eve, you have a history of women not paying attention to men. You understand what I'm saying? There's the pertinent points when they need to until they need protection. Now they want to listen to a nigga. So some bitches respect just might and not your brain capacity. They want you to be their personal big nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, big nigga. Come on. I started some shit last week and I need you to catch my back. Come on, big nigga. Come on, big nigga. They lose you like a dummy. You understand what I'm saying? For real. I know bitches and did this all their entire lives. Yeah, want a divorce settlement, want a nigga to have their back on some bullshit or whatever. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care. But like, I've learned this year, I just saying my little personal part, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. I learned in my little personal year, this year especially with this Diddy trial, what black women are actually, black American women particularly, are actually saying to you. Either you do as I say, or I'm gonna sick the white judicial system on you. I saw this with Sean G. This bitch, motherfucker, was in the court. These two bitches from CBS and ABC who were black women pieced together with another YouTuber to get a black man kicked out the court, talking about what is a hip hop guy doing here with a nigga that's on trial is a hip hop mogul. Bitch, you ain't even at least make it make sense. Asking why somebody else is in the trial, and bitch, you just showed up. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you starting to find out if y'all really pay attention. These black women, unless you motherfucking on their side or you fully embrace them or whatever, they're not gonna have your back, and they don't have your back, and they bring, in my opinion, they want to see the destruction of a black American man. But y'all keep betting with them bitches, y'all keep bottom with them bitches or whatever. Or shout out to all the male feminists or y'all feminine ass niggas. When these niggas come around, slap the shit out one of these niggas. For real. You bitch ass nigga, you sold us out. Because that's what's gonna happen. Sooner or later, real men, they're gonna start looking at you like, yo, what the fuck, you trying to sell us out to bitches? And that's what some of these men are doing. Some of these men are trying to sell you out to bitches. I heard a nigga last night that was live, and you know who the fuck you are. Nigga, I don't know what kind of mental problem you have, but this nigga is crazy. Like, this nigga keeps going on his live because he saw a couple of niggas got his attention, and the nigga is saying crazy shit. Yo, I'm one of the top bloggers out here, and all. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, these niggas like really in their mind. So like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, I ain't gonna say the nigga name or nothing. Niggas is watching. You said some crazy shit the other day. And I was just like, yo, this nigga is straight lying right now. Yo, why is this nigga lying? And I think the nigga want to get into an argument. Son, you gonna lose. Trust me, you gonna lose. Quit trying to talk tough and act like you me. You not me. That's a new thing too. A lot of these niggas, I'm telling you, they perish. They'll get on their channels and act like they you. I done caught like 3 niggas now on their channels acting like they me. Like, they'll say words I say, even a couple bitches, they'll say words I say, phrases I say, regurgitate shit that I said. I heard a nigga the other day say, yo, I as a part of Bad Boy Entertainment at one time, and knowing Janice Combs, I said, the nigga, what the fuck did you just say? So there's chances sometimes where I don't know certain niggas that came through Bad Boy doors. So I called 2 niggas, and niggas just like, who the fuck is this nigga? I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this nigga is either. This nigga is lying. So I think the nigga got some mental problems or something. Cause the shit this nigga be spewing, I'll be like, yo, like this shit is great. I'm not even gonna go on the other shit. But yo, son, I ain't got no problem with you. But yo, my nigga, stop lying. Stop lying. Niggas don't, if you a liar, niggas gonna find out. You never was with Bad Boy. Listen, I'm gonna say this very clearly. You was never with Bad Boy. Nobody know you. So don't ever make the preference that you know Janice Combs or you know anybody from Bad Boy. That shit is chuck, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And evidently, automatically right then and there, you set up a premise where niggas can't trust you. You see what I'm saying? Like I was fucking with the nigga. Then he said all that shit. Stop doing the extra. Stop doing the extra. You understand what I'm saying? All you got to do, cover the story, be yourself, and that's it. Don't try to be no other nigga. Don't try to, listen, this is how I always got to where I am. And yeah, I take the hit with the cash apps, all that shit. I don't give a fuck, man. These people don't care about me. You understand what I'm saying? These people ain't my friends. You know what I'm saying? My shit would be padding up too, and they hear some real spill. They don't want to hear real spill. What they want to hear is a whole bunch of regurgitated fantasy. And I ain't here to deliver no nigga no fantasy. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nor do I care about any bitches. Niggas and kids sit around care about bitches all the time as a nigga that can be easily fooled. You can be easily fooled. Bitches more than he care about, you know what I'm saying, the formation of men furthering into society, moving further across. These niggas want to be the bread, how can I say? They want to be the creators for women's fantasies. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of these Black American dudes and a lot of Latin dudes, they want to be the foundation so they can sit back later and say, I helped that bitch build that. But that bitch is not going to do that with you. She's going to be like, nah, you helped me out, but I built this. You understand what I'm saying? And you see it a lot of times. I done seen niggas pay for bitches to go to school, niggas to pay for bitches to buy a car, whatever. And the bitch turn around and be like, all right, fuck you, and put that new nigga in the car, put that new nigga in the apartment, like Cassie did. Pup was paying, like, I don't know how much money for her for an apartment. She bought the white boy over there. See what I'm saying? So it's like Alex Fine dude and was hitting him off and other people in that apartment off too. It wasn't just Alex Fine. Other niggas was coming over to that LA apartment. Trust me. I can't prove it, but trust me, more niggas than that was coming through Cassie's apartment except for Alex Fine, beforehand or afterhand. You know what I'm saying? I ain't reading no comments, man. Ain't no cash apps in my shit, so y'all can just stop wasting your time, motherfucking writing comments. I've been here for 2 hours, and the Black community has been told not to donate to me. So that's how easily they can be affected and manipulated. And they take pride in that. They take pride in shitting on people of their own because they're too coward to take on white people. White people notice that and pay attention to that. You understand what I'm saying? They're weak. They're weak. Anytime you can argue or set up precedents with your own men against your own men or whatever, you look like some of the weakest bitches in the world. And then now people, white people, especially, I live in Connecticut, so I grew up around a lot of white folks, especially Italians and Greeks here. These niggas are looking at y'all, and they looking at y'all, and they like, look at these fucking animals, and especially the women. They're horrible. They don't even like anybody. They don't like their own men. Only people they brown nose on is white men. You get a white man that walks in the room in front of a black woman, she will change up her aura. She will change up her vernacular. She will not address him as a nigga. She will not curse at him. She will not raise her voice or whatever. She will be the most modest bitch she possibly can be. And you'll notice when you're sitting in front of, so when you say something to me, when you a black woman like that black woman did right there, like I don't give a fuck about that bitch. You got to do some other shit to affect me. I don't give a fuck what a bitch say on here. No, it don't. Nah, bitch, you trying to play tit for tat. Nah, black men don't be down there at that courthouse fucking with people. I've been down at that courthouse for 8 months. Black men don't be down at that courthouse chasing women around and following behind them, calling them every name in the book and talking about their mother. I had that happen to me. I saw it happen to Amon Wiggins, and I was looking for the video where it happened to another blogger, but it's been taken down, and I saved it last night, but I'm going to find that video again. It's the same woman. So we got a repeated cycle of women down there bothering men because you won't go with their narrative or whatever. That's trying to con a nigga's thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? So when you say, so do black men, bitch, I'm half black and half Cuban. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about, for one. Number two, you understand what I'm saying? I don't think like you. It's a very low vibrational place to sit there and say nobody else can have an opinion except for the bitches down here. And that's what the black women are saying. Nobody else is allowed to have a motherfucking opinion down here. And if you don't go with what our motherfucking narrative is, then you need to get the fuck out the way. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how bitches are using yay vajay power at the courthouse to try to manipulate men. And shout out to all you niggas down there that ain't going for that shit. But for all you niggas are sitting down there and y'all want to play both sides of the fence, y'all want to sit over with the bitches. Watch the niggas is down there always in a bitch's face. That's all you got to do. Watch for niggas that, if you ain't part of like the LBGT community or something like that down there, watch for the niggas that they claim themselves to be masculine, but they always in a bitch's face chatting and gossiping. Know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just check that out. You'll see the same thing. You see that nigga came in here with 169 people doing in here. That's niggas. Now I'm good. I just blocked that nigga. But you see what I'm saying, right? That's the typical Black American man. The typical Black American man is pretty much like a Black American woman. They'll do the same tactics. So you notice he came in here. First thing he did was start nicking and talking about key. How can it? What's 169 people doing in here and all that? You know what I'm saying? They act like children, dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be treating them niggas like kids. And that's why I talk to them the way I talk to them, because it's like, nigga, like, Black men are weak as fuck now. Like I come from a time where black niggas was strong. Like niggas would wear the African medallions. Niggas would stand on something. Niggas would check a bitch. Now these niggas, so many of them been raised by single mamas that they literally are a bitch with a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what a general like 70% of black men are nothing but a bitch with a dick. You ain't realize this shit? They sound like women when they talk. They deliver the conversation like a woman. They quick to side with a woman. You don't even know if this bitch is in the wrong and you siding with her. They'll bitch lie. They'll take up for the bitch, but they'll only do it in front of other bitches. It's just some men, they'll change their story around because they know men don't play that shit. So watch for these niggas that'll have these conversations with these bitches, right? And then they'll turn around and then they'll try to have a conversation with men. Nah, that's why I don't have bitches on my channel. That's why I don't sit here and try to convolate with bitches and shit. Like, it's worthless. Because unless you consistently a yes man for these hoes, you understand what I'm saying? Then they're gonna just turn around and use you for your advocacy. They don't give a fuck about you. That nigga Amon Wiggins, I done heard him several times. Even some of his premise is taken up for women. Yeah, and still he down in front of a federal fucking courthouse and the bitch is following behind him, talking about what she gonna do to him, do this to me, I wanna fight you, all the way to follow him almost inside the courtroom and getting arrested. You think these bitches your friends? Nigga, these bitches ain't your friends. These bitches want blood. They want blood and convictions. So nah, I ain't worried about, if you ask me to that bitch that wrote that comment to me, psychology, whatever the fuck that silly bitch's name that been on here for 10 years and got 1,000 followers. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that nigga shit you talking about, ho. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, that's why you don't get any cash apps. The key. No, the reason I don't get any cash apps, well, you think you using me and being funny with me, there's a shitload of people in my motherfucking chat room right now. I'm Gucci. You understand what I'm saying? Because all that trickulated out to motherfucking payment. So it don't matter. My page is monetized, ho. There's products that people can buy. They don't even want to buy them because of Black Americans. So trust me when I tell you this. Black American men don't have your back. Get that out of your mind. If you getting beat up, robbed, or whatever, these niggas will sit there and film you and laugh at you before they help you. You don't believe me? I saw a video of these girls in Philly. Y'all seen this video? One of the girls dropped her phone down a drain in Philly in front of some restaurant or something. It was at nighttime. And the girl, they watch her, like there's some guys sitting there. It's like 5 of them. One guy's narrating the video. Another guy sitting off to the side. I'm like, oh shit, she got that gate off. What you got to pay attention to is, no part of that video, it was 2 girls that had to retrieve the phone ultimately. The one girl took her shirt off. She had a bra on, but she took her shirt off, her and the other girl lifted the gate off the drain. You understand? This is a street drain, so it's heavy. They lifted the grate off the drain, went inside, and one of the girls took her shirt off and leant down and motherfucking got her shit and then got back up. And the dude's like, yo, good job, Nunu, or some shit her name was, or whatever fucking name was. The point was, the one nigga was filming and the one nigga was standing to the side getting commentary. Why the fuck when y'all niggas helping these girls? You see what I'm saying? Nah, because in the elk of mama, that's how mama do things at the house. We ain't got to do nothing. Mama gonna do it. That's the same mentality these niggas have when they come and they date you, ladies. You understand? But that's the type of niggas y'all like. That's the type of niggas y'all like. Most bitches like a nigga that's broke and fucked up in the house. That's why these bitches always dating prisoners. You know what I'm saying? As long as that nigga's fucked up, he gonna do exactly what I tell him to do, like a child. You understand? So that's why I don't live with bitches. That's why you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't live with bitches. I don't never try to cramp over a bitch's house too long. None of that. I got 2 bitches that literally anytime I need to, I can go sit at their house. One's Dominican and one's Honduran. Anytime one of y'all seen on camera, if I have to stay at somebody's house or whatever and we into something, I know I can stay there comfortably. You understand? But yeah. So nah, nigga, I ain't surprised if no African Americans come in here and donate to me, or anybody come in here and donate to me for that matter. Most of the people I got following me right now is niggas that never would donate to anybody but women, or never would donate to a man that speaks like me, because a man that speaks like me has too much clarity. You understand what I'm saying? You can't talk about situations that happened in years that you wasn't part of the music industry like myself. I was working with Bad Boy for 17 fucking years, from 2000 going into 2001 to up to 2017, damn near. That's a lot of years. So how the fuck do you got more information on Bad Boy Entertainment, what Bad Boy Entertainment was about, than I do? And that's the part that you got to understand. And that's why I said a lot of these African American folks, I'm sorry, especially the women, they ain't that intelligent. They think with their motherfucking emotions. That's it. So, it is what it is. We're going to continue on a little bit more because we got a lot of people in the chat room. Y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen, hit that like button. Yeah, I don't do talking to people that don't donate, homie. I think I talked to you or engaged with you enough. You've been here several times and never donated a dime to me. And I've always read your comments. And I'm gonna tell you one more time. What's your name? Sabanur, or whatever your name is. If you say one more thing in my chat room, I'm blocking you. Because you come here all the time. Let me tell you, this is what I mean by black men. Them niggas are weak because they'll see you, hear you saying what you saying, and real niggas will be like, yo, here go $100, they go $200. They got to see you trying to do your moves and everything like that. I need new equipment and everything else. They won't contribute to you, but they'll go give $100, $200 to a bitch because they feel the empathy. But really what they trying to do is get some pussy. A lot of these men, they falling behind you ladies because they want some pussy. That's it. And most niggas know this shit. You know what I'm saying? Most niggas know this shit. You can see it from, if you ain't involved in this Diddy shit or the YouTube shit, you know exactly what a nigga's intentions are. So ladies, if a nigga drop $100 to you, yep, bye-bye. See how he turned around? See how he turned around? See how he turned around? That's why I said what I said to him, so he could show who he really was. Bitch, nigga, I always knew who the fuck you really was, and I'm not your motherfucking bro. Matter of fact, nigga, I hope you motherfucking die, nigga. You understand? I'm gonna tell you why I hope that happened to you. Because a pure simple fact, you bitch ass nigga, you been here for 2-3 weeks now talking in my chat room, right? And you ain't donate a motherfucking dime, but you sit around, you bitch ass nigga, and will turn around and support a woman. Now, if I had to make a guess, somebody sent your bitch ass over here. You understand? I don't know who sent your bitch ass over here, but I found something funny about you anyway, because you flip-flop between the conversation. So I want to tell you this, you hoe ass nigga. I hope motherfucking not only the terrible, the worst things happen in the world to you, only you and nobody but you hoe ass bitch ass nigga. I smell a whole nigga from a mile away. That's why I said what I said, because I wanted to see what the next thing that nigga was going to say. See what I mean? That's why I told that nigga don't say nothing else in my chat room. That nigga been here for 2.5 weeks. Keep talking to me. I'm reading this comment. You peeped that, right, Waylon? You been here before. I be reading the nigga's comments, engaging with the nigga, answering initial questions or whatever. Nigga, at the very least, drop $5 in the cash app. So I said, yo, nigga, I see what you want. You exactly the nigga I'm talking about. So watch. What I did was, the only thing you gotta do, that's the black mind. The only thing you gotta do is trickle them. I know. Yo soy la cubano ahí, entonces suave pelo en la boca. So the only thing I had to do was say something to this nigga, and he'll show you who the real him is. He'll show you who the real him is, and that's exactly what he did. All you do is ask for cash apps. No, I'm explaining something. I've said several times, you can keep that shit. I'm explaining why the fuck it happens the way it happens based on what a bitch wrote me in a motherfucking response. And he know that because he was here the whole time. So instead of assisting me, if you can't donate, at least assist in the conversation. Nigga, you're not even assisting, agent, exactly. You're not even assisting in the conversation financially or otherwise. So why the fuck are you here? Now this hoe been on my page. Hold on, let me click her shit. This hoe that wrote 3 comments to me, different days. Each time it's about motherfucking Tisa Tells, all right? That's the only time she comment. You see this bitch, Soulology or whatever. Watch all these bitches named Soul and Empress and Queen and all that shit. Any of them bitches name that shit usually after some fuck nigga shit on below. They put them names up to motherfucking, shield them for who they really are. Just like you saw that bitch ass nigga in my motherfucking chat room right there. Motherfucking, you saw who he really was. You a nigga that's anti-Davin Lewis, just like most of these niggas is here. That's why they not donating. If you share me to a group of motherfuckers that don't like me and you're fans, I don't expect nobody to do that. So we good. We good. You understand? We good. This is what the bitch wrote. You're laughing as a reading about a woman being dangled over a balcony and have no clue to why no one will ever cash app you. Now that's funny. Laughing emojis. This is what a black woman wrote to me. But what you got to understand is the premise within her conversation at the end. Cash apps. I'm going to say this to you wholeheartedly. African American people, keep your money. Do what you do and keep on donating to the bitches, black bitches of America, okay? That means not the black women, the black bitches of America. Meaning all the bitches that spill the tea, all the bitches that always got something nasty to say about men, all the chicks that always got some uncourageable, always present themselves like they're more intelligent than the men or whatever. Go support them bitches. And what you're going to find out is sooner or later, you're going to be going down a rabbit hole that you can't return back from. You like bitches? Go follow them bitches. You pussy hungry? Go follow them bitches. Just don't come over here on behalf of them bitches. That's all I'm saying. Don't come over here talking about, that's why this person got this many donations and you didn't. Okay, bitch, cool. Keep that shit. I had my time. I had my time before. I'm not worried about that. Right now, what I got to do is I got to go in this motherfucker again and remove a lot of these motherfucking agents and sneak niggas is over here following me. Because what's happening is one or two of them niggas is sharing me to their crowd, right? And their crowd is sitting there hoping they hear something from me that's going to be some type of what's the name. I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving it to you. I sometimes tell stories on here about the times and experiences I had, but I had to quit doing that because I know that I said, well, ain't nobody, niggas is over there donating to a bitch because she's regurgitating what she heard in the courtroom and giving her opinion of a person that's not a lawyer. What the fuck would I want to listen to that for? But there's lawyers that'll give a correct dissertation of all the facts and all the stuff that was said in the transcripts, and I'm able to hear their dissertation on people who actually tried cases in that courtroom. So why would I listen? Only niggas gonna do this. Niggas as an attorney, they say, no, I'm gonna turn into this girl. I'm gonna turn into this girl because they anti-Diddy. And I love to see niggas go to jail. Some of these people, they just love to see niggas go to jail. This is what it is. Not white people, not anybody else, just niggas. Black women take pride in sending niggas to jail, but they'll tell you otherwise. Listen, I done dated Italian girl after Italian girl after Italian girl. I had one time when the police were cool. You know what that was? Because we were sitting out in the front at 3 o'clock in the morning arguing with this drunk ass bitch. I'm like, bitch, get your ass the fucking out. I don't want to come in the house. So they called the police because she was being too loud. He even told me when they showed up, he said, we ain't here for you. Is she all right? I said, yeah, I'm about to take a drunk ass up in the house right now. He said, all right. He laughed and went on and pulled the fuck off. It lasted 2 minutes at tops. Kind of pulled in, saw us. Is she all right? Y'all ain't into nothing. I said, nah, this bitch drunk. And she started, hey. He said, looked at me and said, just take her inside. I said, yep. Boom, grabbed her. He waited about 2 or 3 seconds. See, I was grabbing her out the car to bring her to my place, and that was it. I've never had an issue when I date Italian girls, Greek girls, any other girls of different ethnicities that I've dated. It seems now that the women that are most against Black American men are Black American women. Y'all ain't peeped that? Like these bitches have started a whole hate group over Puff. Down at the courthouse. And none of y'all peeping that. I told y'all 2 weeks ago, I said, yo, let me get the fuck up out of here. Because for real, I will hurt one of these bitches down here if they put their hands on me. You understand what I'm saying? Like this, if you put your hands on me as a chick, just like Amon Wiggins said, under the law, I'm able to stomp you the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not going to stop. Listen, I'm not going to stop because you tried it. You pulled it. And I hope the officers down there, y'all start taking a court of that down at the courthouse, the marshals and everybody else. There are women down there that are following men behind. That man, Amon Wiggins, was trying to walk away from this bitch. This bitch keep following behind him, yelling and screaming or whatever, to the point where he like, bitch, I'll smack you with $100 bill. So I want to apologize to him because he said, I'll smack you with $100 bill, bitch. He ain't say nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is, dog. You just got to keep a perspective. There's a lot of people out here that are black females that don't want to see you move, don't want to see you build. They want to see you down. And financially, they're trying to destroy a lot of black American men online. And this is where you get your Tisa Tails and all that shit. Tisa Tails had the opportunity. She was smashed down on every black man there is. If you look at the history on her channel, you will see she's smashing on Kanye. She's smashing on Diddy. She's smashing on Jay-Z. It's repeatedly the attributes of a woman that doesn't care for black men, that can't provide or don't side with her. That's a manipulator. You understand? So I don't really fuck with people like that. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm sitting here with y'all. It's been real for some of y'all, but since I got you here right now and I can see you, I'm gonna be blocking a whole bunch of these people because we don't need these people here. These are people that will never donate to you unless you're a woman. These are people that definitely don't understand the language or the conversation that you're having. So they look at it as being something that's odd. But the only people that will understand me is people that's in the music industry before. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll be on here. You preaching, you telling the truth. Get rid of that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's get rid of these niggas. Y'all just give me a second. I'm just blocking a whole bunch of people. I don't want them here no more. There's some of these people that have been here for 3 or 4 weeks, ain't donated a dime, but you'll catch them over in other people's chat rooms. I always be looking for people to be in my chat rooms and be in other people's chat rooms. And you'll notice some of these people, they'll go, and people will be saying less than I do, ain't got no experience in the music business or whatever, getting hundreds of dollars donated to them and shit like that. I'm like, man, get the fuck up out of here. I'm good with that shit. Yeah, we good with that fake love. That's fake love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Gene Dill said earlier, brother, everyone had enough money to do something. He got money where he could do nothing. It's a difference. Nah, it is a difference, bro. He got tens of millions of dollars. Y'all niggas on that block, Gene, y'all ain't had tens of millions of dollars. That's why he opted to go with them niggas. You got to admit that part first. I ain't see Gene wrote that shit. Gene Dill always welcome over here, but nah. Yeah, they try to flip the dude into a man. I can't make this shit up either. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Eric, don't subscribe to my channel if you ain't donating to this motherfucker. I don't need no more people here that's non-supporters listening to everything I'm saying. Because a lot of the shit that I say, dog, is blessings to hear what I say. So, like, if you ain't got no intentions on donating, you ain't supporting the channel, I don't need a whole bunch of men over here that's just doing the same thing and contesting with these bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas will go, you be like, yeah, brother, you telling the truth, brother, preach, bro. I hit the Cash App then, niggas. Show put your money where your mouth is. Maybe some of y'all niggas just ain't got no money. It's cool. It's cool. I understand. Times is rough right now. I understand. No worries. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Bunch of men that act like they ain't worried about men's issues. You couldn't lead these niggas. If a war broke out tomorrow and it was a race war, last niggas I'm dependent on is black American men. Them niggas would be running around still asking white folks, what should we do? Yo, yeah, it'd be a race war. They'd be warring around. They still run to white folks. What should we do? Yeah, I'm tapped out of that. No more pro-black shit over here. I never got no support from black American people. Ever. Even if you living in you know what, I'll keep it this real. Even in the sums of Puff, right? I was thinking about it the other day. I didn't get to get my whole potential over there. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't get to get my whole potential over there, bad boy. And I want to put this on record, right? It wasn't that it was particularly anybody particular that wanted to keep us away from Puff or whatever, even though I feel like it was a whole bunch of individuals that kept us away from Puff a lot of times. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Like, especially in the earlier days, niggas wouldn't even want you to talk to Puff because they want to talk to Puff. You understand what I'm saying? So now Puff to spend 15, 20 minutes hearing what they got to say. He don't even want to hear what you got to say, or it's hurry up and say what you got to say because I just finished. Listen, this nigga. Same thing. I ain't really never had no niggas that encouraged me except for one nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Perez. That's the only nigga that ever, like, really looked out for me, like, over there. To be honest with you, him and Cadon. That's it. Rest of them niggas ain't look out for nobody over there, Bad Boy. They was looking out for themselves. It was niggas after I finished Bad Boy that could have easily, they knew my character and was well familiar with me. And they saw me online. It was like, well, damn, now I ain't got a job in the music industry no more. And they had their own businesses, but they had their picks of who they fucked with. So they preferred to pick them niggas. And I'm still out here riding for y'all niggas. You see what I'm saying? That was the problem with Bad Boy, from my experience. Niggas wasn't really. And niggas will say, well, you turn the opportunity into what you turn it into. Nah, that ain't supposed to have to be how it work. If you a black man running a business, and this is why he has a problem now. If you a black man to run a business, it is your at expertise and your expense that you make sure all those black dudes motherfucking make it, because them niggas are a representation of you. This is why to this day niggas will say, well, you fuck niggas over on their deals. Nah, that was the entertainment lawyer. So niggas will say, oh, well, some Bad Boy artists ain't get paid right. That might be a discrepancy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But my point is, you didn't make sure all these black men made it. In fact, there's a lot of people in Noriega. You talked about this on the show when you had my ex-boss and motherfucking Leo on the show. And you said, do you believe there's a lot of people back? And go ask Noriega. He'll tell you. Tell him professional said it. He motherfucker said he asked him the question. He said, do you think a lot of people that deserve to make it didn't make it, and where they at now, whatever. And they were talking about one of our beloved. Shout out to Sham the Butcher. You heard? But it was crazy, man, because I was just like, yo, it's a whole bunch of niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's never, let me give you an example. I started working in the music business 2016, 2017, right? As far as like monthly working, talking about like, you know, going to the building, all that shit or whatever, going on the trips or whatever, right? And ever since then, yeah, I have run-ins and talk to people, go to lunch with niggas, all kinds of shit like that, right? But I have not had one motherfucker in the music industry that previously knew me that would hire me for shit that was black. Make no lies about it. All these niggas will come in here and they know, okay, you saying like a nigga come in here 2 or 3 times, they say, get a job or some shit like that. I'm like, wow, you hiring? So if any niggas see me on here and they know I got 17 experience with one of the best niggas in the music industry and they not hiring you, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, like, that was one thing I could feel one of the witnesses on. She said, yo, I forgot which one it was. Banana, whatever her name is. She said, yeah, after I quit working with Puff, it was hard to get a job. And I said, nah, I believe that bitch on that one. I totally believe on that because that's the shit I went through. It's hard to get a job after fucking with Puff. Yeah, because Puff put out a bad word for you. Niggas are scared of Puff. They're scared of his success. That's what they are. They're scared of rumors. So you would call it the bad boy curse. Niggas wouldn't get hired and shit like that or whatever. And there's a whole bunch of us. Just look it up. Go Google the bad boy curse real quick. Go Google that shit. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So if you a black nigga and you in the music industry and you don't hit my cash app, or you a black nigga and you in the music industry or music adjacent, and you ain't giving me no encouragement or nothing like that or whatever. And I've been putting in effort and the work with my own money on this Diddy case. I just lately just started being in my bedroom doing it because I'm like, yo, fuck it, man. I can just do this shit from the crib. Fuck, I'm sitting down there with all them goofy ass niggas, but I had to put a hole in one of them niggas for no reason. You know what I'm saying? To end up in jail and all that. Now I'm good. I said this 3 weeks ago. I know how to move. This is my home state area. You understand what I'm saying? Saw what happened to Wendy Williams. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I really don't even, I'm tired. I'm tired. As far as the kind of black Americans, I'm just tired. I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I can walk off of them right now, go, you know what I mean, over here, over here. It don't matter. But the only two I'll be accepted at is, well, not even only one will be Cubans and other Latinos. Like, I'm done with the black American shit. It's a mess, man. It's just dirty. It's just undermining. The men are weak as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They know nothing about camaraderie. You speak to the average black dude in the street or whatever, and you're a black dude or appear to be a black American dude, they'll be ready to fight you before anything. Yeah, peace. Let me block that bitch. That's another bitch that come up in here all the time, don't want to donate a dime to sit around and listen to what a nigga gotta say. I don't like bitches like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what my position is on that or whatever. You know what I mean? Do what you must with the motherfucking, you know what I mean, black crowd or whatever. I don't even care no more. This shit will drain your energy, bro, worrying about what them niggas think. Because everything they think is on the premise of a woman. You understand? So it is what it is, bro. So just to answer your questions, sociology or whatever that bitch's name was, I really don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? She said, that's why nobody donates to you, because you won't think like we think. If it takes me siding with some women for some men to donate to me, I already know the type of men I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with bitch ass niggas that no matter what happens, they want a motherfucker. I don't like men that just automatically side with women, and that's what you find with black American men. They automatically side with women just because. White American men do it too, without any explanation, without any other thing or whatever, whatever. And they don't only side with them, they roll with them. That's just how deep their dedication is to bitches. Told you, average black man is no more than a masculine talking nigga with a pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Average American man, black man, is nothing but a mirror of his mama. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Man, let me get back into this real quick. That's why so many of them support women. I just had to spit that real quick because I don't like when people come in my chat room and be like, ha ha, that's why you don't get niggas just sitting around making up fucking podcast about me. I watched the bitch the other night. She did a whole podcast about me that was like an hour long. Talking about, and you know, I kind of agree with him on some things, but I'm like, bitch, who asked for your motherfucking connotation on anything? It's like nobody knows you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like these bitches will make up, like it was bitches and niggas that'll be like, and this one chick, she tried to make sure I ain't get no motherfucking flow. I ain't gonna say her name. But she went on her channel twice talking about, yeah, this nigga is this nigga is that, this nigga is that. I'm like, I've never met this woman a day in my life, and there's nobody she could talk to verify or unverify who the fuck I am. So that's the crazy shit about it. But hey, all right, you know what I mean? Bitches and niggas took on that because a bitch said it. So what I'm trying to make y'all understand is the way the black American culture works as far as their ideologies and their thinking. Black Americans, they're led by women. The women lead them. Anything that a woman says, they automatically attach to it because of their love for mama and no love for daddy. Anything that a woman advocates, they automatically jump on it because of their love for mama who raised them by her single self. No adoration towards men. You have a whole 2-3 generations of men that, just like the women that raised them, they have no adoration towards men. This is why you can't speak to a black man in public or whatever without him ready to fight you, without him mean grilling you. Don't look better than a nigga. They even hate you even more then. You know what I'm saying? The bitches, they'll big up a white man or a light-skinned man that walk right past them with the same suit on you got on, but they'll make fun of you in the suit. I've had that happen to me. I've been dressing nice, bitches, and y'all know what I'm talking about. You be dressed up and down, looking right? Bitches be like, who he think he is? Because you look good and natural in the shit that you're wearing. Who he think he is? They'll make fun of you, black American women will. They'll do that to you. You got the same suit on that a white man just passed in, and they'll big him up. Oh, he look good, girl. They don't like black American men, the same men that they raised. And y'all don't have to believe me or whatever, but you'll find out. You'll find out. I will say that, yeah, I don't look for black American, yeah, I'm past that shit. I'm past that shit. Fact, I ain't like the fact that a bitch came in here and said that shit. That's what I was responding to. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Fuck Wendy Williams. You see how the niggas stop writing comments after I said, if you ain't gonna donate, don't comment in my shit. All them niggas, just so they don't have to donate, they stop commenting. So let me get rid of all these niggas up in here. Y'all can stay here if y'all want to, if y'all ain't wrote no comments, but everybody that wrote a comment except for 2 niggas, Javon and somebody else, they gotta go. All right, so let's get rid of this one. I don't want no people here that's been here. Y'all been here all week, and y'all ain't donated a dime to me, but y'all sitting up here listening to me, so let's get rid of these niggas. Sweet Tea, you got to go. I don't care if you agree with me or not. Carl, you got to go. Earl, you got to go. Yeah, any nigga that didn't support me, this has been a week. You ain't support me, you got to go. You got to go. Y'all think I'm joking. If you disappeared, peace. It's been good. Let's get rid of this one. No, I think that's homeboy right there. I'm going to leave him here. That's Sean G right there. I'll leave him. Yeah, everybody else can go. We going to get rid of these niggas now. This way I ain't got to go through motherfucker. Philly Talk TV, I like him. This way we ain't got to go through YouTube Studio. We can just get rid of these niggas right here. Boss the OG, I fuck with him. EB, I fuck with him. The old gal, I fuck with him. Black men with with issues. Yeah, your podcast is called Black Man with Issues. You ain't donate. Get the fuck out. Another phony ass pro black shit. Some other nigga talking about real talk didn't donate. That's my girl right there. Philly Talk TV. You can stay here. Here's some other motherfucker. He been here all week. Ain't donated a dime. Yep, let's get rid of him. Gene Dill can definitely stay. Gene always welcome here. Lamont Sims, let's get rid of him. Claudette Oliver, she been here for 2 weeks, ain't donated a dime. Let's get rid of her. Peace, Claudette. Kenneth Allen, same thing. Nigga been here for a week or two, ain't donated a dime. This is where it's gonna go from now on. Fuck all that shit. Donate, let's get rid of them. Panama, let's get rid of you. You ain't help out. You know what I'm saying? And I especially look at you funny because you're Latino. Carla Cole, let's get her the fuck up out of here. Edward Lamb, let's get him the fuck up out of here. And like a lot of people come to the end of my lives and shit or when I'm about to leave and they judge their moment off of that. Let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one. Now we ain't got to go look for these niggas later. We just get rid of them right there. He said it was his first time, so I keep Marcus Brown here. Hit the name at the top of the like button. I'm going to fuck with God. Said he was telling people to hit the like button. He goes, some other nigga talking about my brother ain't donate a dime. It's another nigga talking about my brother ain't donate a dime. Let's get rid of this one nigga. You ain't donate a dime. Let's get rid of this one. You ain't donate a dime. Who else up in here? This Shamira nigga. Let's get rid of him. He ain't donate a dime. This nigga been here before for 4 weeks. Ain't donated a dime. Let's get rid of this nigga. He been here a minute. Ain't donated a dime. Who's that? Yep, another one ain't donated a dime. Let's get rid of this blueberry sauce motherfucker. You ain't donated a dime. You was sitting up here talking about I was preaching. Phantom Note, that's another bitch I don't trust. I seen her somewhere else. RJ Jax, you too much with the key shit. I don't like no nigga to be doing key all the time. Connie Hall, let's get that bitch up out of here. Talking about she needed a laugh for key. Some nigga call me Davina. My name ain't no Davina, nigga. My name is Davin. Get that nigga the fuck up on out of here. I'm a millionaire. Let's get that nigga up out of here. Any nigga called I'm a millionaire and you ain't donating to nobody, you a bum ass nigga. Let's get this nigga up out of here. Duran all day. Let's get you the fuck up out of here. You got key emojis. Philly Talk TV. You could stay. Ryan Clifton I fuck with. Wanted to get your opinion on Donald Trump. Some nigga named Kareem Gordon. I gave you an answer. You still didn't donate. That was the nigga who said, yo, thanks for the answer, but still didn't donate. Now, if I was a bitch, you would have hit up the Cash App. Some nigga talking about for the people. Let's get that nigga up out of here. Pamela Garnett. Let's get that bitch up out of here. She ain't donating nothing. The same thing. We'll sit there and engage. Let's get rid of this nigga. This nigga put 100. Ain't putting nothing right there. Waylon, you could stay, man, but this your last week. Highway Journey. Another nigga with key emojis. Devin Johnson. Nigga ain't say nothing. Let's get that nigga up out of here. Another nigga talking about real spit. Didn't donate nothing. Eric Tayton, yeah, you get you up out of here. You ain't donate nothing. Get rid of niggas that's worthless on your page. Don't be afraid. You say I'm blocking all these niggas? Just block them. They're not going to help you. They're not going to support you. So just block their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got tens of thousands of followers though. You know what I mean? I don't need a nigga over here. Let's get this nigga up out of here. He ain't gonna never donate nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this nigga up out of here. He ain't gonna never donate nothing. He been here for 2-3 weeks, ain't donated shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get rid of niggas. Fuck that shit. I wouldn't fuck with you in real life, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine going to the store, you know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, my nigga, let me hit $5 real quick until I get to the crib. And the nigga say no. You know what I'm saying? And you hanging around this nigga. No, get rid of them niggas. Yeah, rid of them niggas. Let me see. Anybody else in here? Who else up in here? This nigga had a view message. Fuck, some nigga named Stan's House said, fuck your donations. No, it's all good, baby. Don't worry about it. You a nigger. Of course, I expect a nigger to say some shit like that. I'm good. You ain't hurt my feelings, buddy. I expect you to say some shit like that. Let's get him up out of here. Nigga said, fuck your donations. All right, I'm good. You got rid of every last one of them motherfuckers. Yeah, get motherfuckers out your chat room. All them niggas, a lot of them have been here for a week or so, 2 weeks or so, didn't donate none, but some of them I recognize their names from other places. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't block North Memphis. Oh, let me get this nigga right here. Some nigga talking about true to it. I told you the fakest niggas got the realest names on screen. Like some nigga had a screen name, I'm a millionaire. I blocked that nigga first. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that nigga gotta go first. You a millionaire, you ain't contributing to the charge? Nah, we good. We will make it. I ain't worried about that shit. We just gotta keep going. Let me make sure ain't nobody else. The old gal, she good. Yeah, let's get this one out here. Get that one out of here too. They'll come in here and they'll act like they agree with everything you saying and all that shit or whatever, but they're not gonna support you or help you. So that's why I got rid of the black dudes first. Because the black dudes, they'll sit around, they'll side with bitches because they think they're gonna get some pussy. So you gotta get rid of them niggas. Like, don't let them niggas sit in your chat. Don't let them niggas cool out with you. You know what I'm saying? Some nigga calling me a fake ass Diddy and shit. I feel the same way about Clive Davis, Patricia Roman, and well, you'll never get to tell her. You'll never get to tell her. You get the fuck out my chat. Yeah, let's get rid of these niggas that ain't got no bread, ain't, you know what I'm saying? Bro, you was talking shit about G last night. Now you trying to sugarcoat stuff. Come on, bro, keep it real. If you don't believe me, go watch the video from last night. Who is this nigga Christopher Wagner? Nigga, go watch the video from last night. Matter of fact, Gene, go watch the video from last night. I said the same shit I said last night. Shut the fuck up. I told you, black dudes always be trying to look for fights. Then when they find one, somebody put one in their fucking stomach, then all of a sudden they fucking, shut the fuck up, dogs. That's like bitches do. Bitches try to navigate fights. You know what I'm saying? He said this about me. Y'all got to come help me out. He said this about. That's how niggas do too, because they've been raised by women. That's why I don't fuck with black niggas. I'm trying to tell you. Like, them niggas is corny. Like this, like the bitches like to start fight, the niggas like to start fights. Saying, well, you were talking shit about Gene. I ran and told him like a bitch. I ain't got no beef with Gene, and I will never say no shit like that that's crazy. I pointed out what I said. You know what I'm saying? I said the same shit last night, and I'll say the same shit today. You know what I'm saying? And Gene was here. So ain't nobody trying to sugarcoat nothing. You know what I'm saying? If the nigga here, I ain't got to yell and scream at the nigga. I'm talking with emotion, nigga. I always speak like that. So fuck you for even saying some shit like that. Like that's corny, right? You got to worry about other black dudes. They be worried about starting problems with other black dudes, but they never want to start no problem with nobody white, coward ass niggas. Like, shit funny to me, bro. That's why I said this Diddy shit teaching me a whole bunch, bro. It's teaching me do not trust African Americans at all. They led by women. All right, let me put that right there. I'm gonna make this shit a little sweet. 3 hours and we gonna get the fuck up off of here. You know, used to saying here. You gotta be. So what do y'all think so far about the trial for the people left? Because I blocked all them niggas. I blocked every last one of them motherfuckers. Now, what y'all thoughts on the trial and shit, whatever. I just like to hear what niggas have to say, because, you know what I'm saying, I got some insight. Shit ain't gonna go the way niggas think it's gonna go. But I'm just wondering what y'all think of the trial. Do y'all think at the end of the day, Puff's gonna get freed, or you think Puff's gonna be convicted? Which one? You go ahead and write in the chat room. Don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? For y'all 60 of y'all haters are still here, go ahead and write in the chat. I ain't gonna block you. I swear to God. Nah. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. The people that's watching right now that ain't writing no comments, those are the niggas that don't like me. They trying to hide now. How demented. That go to show you how demented black Americans are. They don't want to write no comments now because they trying to hide so they can come back and troll later. And that's sad. Just imagine, right? If these were the people that you had to depend on in society. Just imagine these are the people that your child would have to depend on in society. Then you just start to get a quick grip of these ain't the people that you want to migrate with at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? These ain't the people that you want to. You don't see near one of those amounts of people outside motherfucking Harvey Weinstein's motherfucking trial. You don't even see a quarter of the people that are out there for the Diddy shit. I think Puff should be free, but I don't know because are so delusional. Yeah, I don't even like fuck with them people thing. I was there before them people were. I've been down at that courthouse for 8 months. That's why I said, like, before I was down there, it's because I'm not a T blogger. So you got to understand within this dynamic, it is like this. Most of the fucking vloggers that are down there, most of them are anti-Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? They sit around bitches. So since they sitting around bitches all day long, they feel influenced like mama and them to be anti-Diddy too. At the very least, you'll have maybe, I don't know, 5 girls down there. You understand what I'm saying? What's going on? You'll have maybe like 5 girls down there that are actually not against Diddy and they play the middle. You know what I'm saying? His invention is based off assumptions. And so what you'll have is you'll have this new group of people that's down there now that's anti-Diddy and they trying to persuade everybody else to be anti-Diddy. I really can't say yeah, nah, because I've seen many times I think people verdict could go in one way or another. Yeah, I did, if he do get off or whatever. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no winning it for me. I'm still a nigga that used to work in the music industry that don't literally have a job right now. And I'm looking at niggas. I'm not just looking at Puff or the anti-Diddy people. I'm looking at the niggas that's actually in the music industry that see one of their federal, and this is a scary thing about it. And this is why I said, y'all talking about the music industry, but the black music industry is worse than anything. Like, let me give you an example. When niggas age out and rap, you understand what I'm saying? And it's gonna happen, trust me, because rap is a youth-oriented music genre. Maybe not so much as now, because I saw Big Mike at 48 win an award, but it pretty much is. It's based on youth. Even the song construction is youth wise or whatever, et cetera, right? But you have your few exceptions. You got your Kanye's and everybody else. But this is what happens, right? As niggas start to get older, they start to age out of even touring. You understand what I'm saying? And so now you get the niggas that's broke, they fucked up or whatever, mortgages due. They got a $2 million, $3 million house. I heard this. There's a video on my page where Lil Richard was talking about he only owed $3,000 on his house in back taxes, right? You know what happened? Nobody that knew Lil Richard or held Lil Richard up in reverse, the king of rock and roll, wouldn't even give Lil Richard $3,000. $3,000 at the time, which is equated to like I think they said like $18,000 or something like that nowadays. That's crazy, right? So you've always had a history of Black Americans not helping other Black Americans. When Red Fox shit was getting sold off his front yard for back taxes, nobody came in to help him. They could have bought the shit and gave it right back to Red Fox. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, and same thing with Sammy Davis Jr. and many other black stars or whatever. Don't ask, man, those are not your people, bro. Those are just a bunch of niggas that are opportunists now. That's what Black American culture is turned into, a bunch of opportunists and capitalists that will stop at nothing and throw you under the bus in a minute. They don't give a fuck about race. What you said? Yes, it's a lot of vloggers that never covered hip hop cases. They normally cover reality TV, but they cover pub cases because it's popular now. Yeah. And I was covering this shit 8 months ago starting. So you know what I mean? And never received even a quarter of the amount of donations these niggas had. Let me see what my homegirl said, the old gal, because I, I really can't say yeah or no because I've seen many times people think the verdicts are going to go one way and they go another. Yeah, we saw that with the what's the name? We saw that with the Young Thug shit. Yeah, so I ain't really worried about that. Like I just want to put that out there, whatever. Regardless of what that bitch wrote on my page, she just let y'all know two things. One, for Black American women, not all of them, but like 80% of them that's down there covering the trial, it's all about donations and views and likes. You understand what I'm saying? That's all it is with them bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's why a bitch will come from California to New York. You know what I mean? So make no mistake about that. There's a lot of bitches down there that be trying to act like they advocates or whatever. I'm even almost getting to the point where I don't want to go back down there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, yo, I go down there and nigga do me the wrong way, son. I'm trying to tell you, we gonna wash you in front of that motherfucker. Like for real, I'm trying to tell you. I'm honest opinion. We trying to get rid of all black. Yeah, and I mean black women are helping. You understand what I'm saying, old gal? Old gal, listen. I've been here for 3 hours, right? Ain't had one single donation. A bitch can get on her live. It don't matter who she is. As long as one of these niggas want to fuck her, they gonna donate to her. So why would I continue to advocate for a group of people like this? Is that's a determining factors. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm not reading your comment. You don't donate to me. I'm not reading your comment. Yeah, this is not a free comment read right here. You can't donate, support the channel. I am not reading your comment. The reason I'm reading those other two people comment because Cindy been here before, Donnell been here before, and of course I know the old gal. And she like y'all should thank her because even back to when I was coming to Jonathan Major's case and other cases 2 years ago, she was the one that was donating. You know what I'm saying? Supporting the channel, whatever. The rest of these black women, like, I don't know, like they try to corner you in this thing where now it's with the Diddy thing. It's like, well, you either agree with us or you're against us type shit. And I'm just like, bitch, fuck you. You know what I mean? You're not gonna con me into doing any of that shit. So yeah, I really don't. I really. It's not that I hate black American people because I honestly, truthfully don't. But I'm just like, yeah, fuck that shit. Like, why you trying to have camaraderie with these people that are obviously telling you, hey, and it took somebody else telling me that. It was like, why you keep on trying to have camaraderie with a group of people who have obviously said they don't like you, they don't like your opinions, they don't like what you represent or whatever. Leave them people the fuck alone and start reaching out to other people. I said, yo, you right. And I hate to say it was somebody that was Honduran that said that to me, but they was right. It was like, yo, stop trying to fuck with them people. The people is like fucked up. Like, you can't see it. Like, they don't support themselves. They only support women. And this is coming from somebody that's Honduran. He said, it looked like to me they just support women. I said, yeah, that's pretty much what they about. They financially support women. You know, I could have been that dude down there for the case or whatever. It was the fact that niggas weren't financially supporting me. A bitch shows up one day from California and everybody in New York and the tri-state area is throwing money at this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, black American culture is female led. And the men that follow behind it, you're a bunch of bitches. Sorry. Any man that follow behind a bitch or quick to come defend a bitch, I don't respect that shit. I think it's pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's purity, pussy, and you trying to prove to the world that you're a man. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll never respect that shit. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And stop talking to me like can't nothing happen. You know what I mean? I don't like that shit. Niggas be talking like ain't can't nothing happen and shit can happen. And to that nigga that came in here earlier, tell me, you snitch motherfucker. I would have tagged Gene in what the fuck I said. You understand what I'm saying? Gene know I'm stupid. You know what I mean? I would have tagged the nigga in this shit and told him what I said. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I had his name in the shit so he see it. So why the fuck you got to go run telling niggas some shit? That's some sissy shit. That's the shit I be talking about right there. See what I'm saying? That's some shit women do. Women, guess what he said, girl? Girl, Gene, girl. Like, that's the type of nigga that do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, I'm disgusted with you niggas. Disgusted. It's fucking disgusting.